The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Just one hit, then I gotta go.
You asshole. Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, I'm sorry. I was reading my Bible. Okay. So look, let's get on with it, y'all. Listen, fresh off the jet, sharper than Gillette, the best you can get. Before us, there were many. After us, there will be none. We are the one on the radar. It's amazing out here to see y'all. I don't know where everybody is at. I was just over here reading my Bible. There y'all go. Damn, y'all left me out here. Brother, next time give me a warning, brother. I was sitting there reading my Bible. You ain't tell me nothing. You ain't tell me that we was live. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, damn. Could have taught me something.
Epic.
You know what I'm saying?
Epic.
What's up, you guys?
Listen.
What's going on, guys? What
Just sitting here reading my Bible. Listen, y'all podcast shit.
Welcome to another Wednesday night. Of course, we got the crew with us. Shout out to Marcus for always the great intros. No matter what anybody says, if he's here, he's leading us in. So shout out to everybody out there joining us. We have got 30 live right now. Thank you guys for hanging out. We appreciate you more than anything. I hope you guys are enjoying the new setups and everything. I want to say a big shout out to Mrs. Horsecock Express, who for some reason his comments aren't showing up on the YouTube, and I went and looked, and you're not blocked. And he's a paying member, so I can see his comments on the StreamYard, but for some reason, they're not showing up below or above, and I'll figure that out. Trust me. As a matter of fact, he should be a moderator, so I don't understand why that's happening. We'll figure that out. You guys, I really don't block anybody on here. There's nobody that's blocked other than silly, ad stuff. So just a heads up, if you guys see that that you're blocked, let me know, and I'll try and figure it out. You guys always give us thumbs up if the sound is okay, and you guys let me know if everything is okay. We're going to move it on into this right here. So appreciate everybody. I'm trying new things. We're trying new things. You might see a little bit of screen issues, like I don't know what's going on with that right there. It's like a little wormhole behind me, but it is what it is. So hopefully you guys enjoy the night. All the alert boxes should be up and running. Thank you to all the members that have joined, and also you guys, if you guys want to call in, you can call in through Discord. We have the Discord, so at some point, I'll show you guys how to do that. But yeah, we got a good show tonight, you guys. We're going to talk a little bit about PSA. We're going to talk about Sports Illustrated magazine. We're going to go into Ferd's 5 for 5. We've got some great market report stuff. We got all kinds of goodies. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button and sub up. If you're not subbed up, this is the place to do it. You get this every week, multiple live shows every week. Great stuff. Also, make sure you guys check out the Discord. The links for the Discords are below. They're growing leaps and bounds. It's absolutely crazy. And we're going to be utilizing those things as much as we can. So it's a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of fun. So, yeah, make sure you guys check it out. So Marcus, how you doing, brother? Did Vinny just left me, and I was going to ask him about the Grammys. Did you go to the Grammys too?
I'm for the sake of people looking for me, I'm not going to confirm nor deny if I was at the Grammys. Just Vinny can say he was at the Grammys. I cannot say that I was at the Grammys. There were some things going on behind the scenes.
I heard
that. Yeah. So I will not confirm nor deny if I was at the Grammys. Just know it was an amazing time in Los Angeles. Vinny Kumar is amazing. He was the man with the plan. He had a whole party that he had to kick people out of that they couldn't come to. You know, Vinny is that guy. He's the guy that's going to be at all the parties and everything. No, don't do that, Vinny. He'd be the guy to be at all the parties and stuff. You know, I tried to hang with him. He kicked me out. He did me some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I just told him straight up, bro. Like, you know, I mean, is it because you don't have hair and I do? I mean, you know, I'm just confused. I don't know. It's a thing. I don't know. It's a thing.
So
it was a good time though. Yeah, we threw an event on Friday night, and crazy turnout. Like Marcus said, I was allotted a certain number of spots for people to come, and I literally had to kick people off the list to get other people in. It was really a headache, and I eventually just turned my phone off, so I didn't want to deal with it.
People were begging him to come to this party. This ain't no regular party. This is a party that they throw almost every year for the past couple of years. It is a legendary party to get. You can't even get in, bro. Like Vinny is really like low key, like a superstar in other arenas, and you know we're grateful to have him, you know, over here with us. But he is, that telling people of his caliber, the people that were trying to come, is a different kind of. It's very humbling. It's a very humbling experience.
Yeah,
man. I will say, if anybody got a chance to watch the Grammys, the 50th anniversary of hip hop, I thought that was put together really well. I didn't even know it was happening. I think it was something that was kind of added later on.
No, it was happening. It was
really?
happening.
Did they add? Did they add the Khaled thing later? Is that what they had? Because they added.
No, the Khaled performance was always going to be at the end because they had it was an 8-minute performance with Jay-Z rapping, you know, the majority of the time.
Man,
but,
they shouldn't have
and that was a first. Yeah, it was too long, but it's Jay-Z. Like, what are you going to do, right? But the 50th anniversary of hip hop performances. A couple of people I want to highlight: Missy Elliott, freaking amazing. Scarface. Yeah. Amazing. Grandmaster Flash and Melly Mel. Melly Mel looks amazing for 61. That man was out there don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I mean, it was actually really, really Busta Rhymes, you know, I'm always a super fan, you know, of Busta Rhymes and I mean, it's like they did a great job just kind of taking you through the journey. I even enjoyed Glorilla. I did. You know, I enjoyed Glorilla because right now she's having a moment. So I enjoyed Glorilla. I enjoyed, you know, just that whole moment. But Missy set it off for me the most. When Missy came out, she looks amazing. She just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, it was a great performance. I liked Harry Styles' performance too, though.
You know, did you hear about what happened with his performance? So apparently, you know, they had that rotating thing that everybody was walking on, and you know,
he slipped. He almost fell.
No, it apparently there was something wrong with it, and it spun the wrong way. So they had to quickly do their whole routine the opposite way that they had practiced it for the last 10 days.
Wow,
that's impressive.
So some people were like, "Oh, that was kind of like a crappy performance." Meanwhile, I'm watching it, I'm like, "Oh, this is pretty dope." But then hearing that it was actually done backwards, that was even doper.
Make it even more. Oh, Public Enemy, Flavor Flav. He got out there doing the Flavor Flav. You know what I'm saying? LL Cool J did amazing with Rock the Bells. It was a deal. And then they took it, you know, Big Boy was there. Uzi Vert with the new anthem that everybody's doing the dance to. I mean, it was good. It was good. That 50th hip hop joint was good. You know, Lizzo did a great job from the Grammys. Lizzo had a great performance. Houston really showed up and showed out. Beyonce broke a record. You know what I'm saying? Lizzo showed up.
Smokey
Scarface
Robinson
was there. Smokey Robinson.
Crazy.
And those kids are Wanye Morris's kids from Boys to Men.
Oh wow.
The kids that would, all 4 of those kids are his sons.
Wow.
And he created a group.
Was there anybody that you guys think was left out?
I mean,
it's a bunch of people that was left out. It's a bunch of people that
West
was
Coast.
left out. Yeah. I mean,
West
you
Coast,
know,
right?
I think that I mean, I'm not gonna be that guy that's gonna point out people that got left out. But that's why LL said before it even started, he said, hey, we couldn't get to everybody in this one, but let's celebrate the fact that this is the first of many. You know what I'm saying? So that in and of it, just on the Jay-Z part, let me show you something when it goes.
I think that jacket's sick, man. That baton, man.
Yeah,
that was
cool.
cool.
So the guy right here, so the guy in the white is Steve Stout. That's the guy. Yeah, Steve Stout. That's the guy over United Masters, right? A lot of brand deals. He's a brand deal maker. He's amazing. Then of course you got Jay. So when you're looking at these events, man, the amount of money that's in this room. Dream is in the back, and you know Dream. They're celebrating all these wins from Dream, writing the songs, and Steve Stout. These guys have been working together forever. This is really a moment. That was really a moment, just seeing all them people together, and you know, I know that Vinny was somewhere in the corner, you know, not in the nosebleeds, because Vinny, oddly enough, knows all these people as well. Vinny is very low profile. Vinny's the only guy I know that Steve Stout is scared of.
Whatever.
Every time I see Steve Stout on something, I feel like he's always like having to stick up for himself for something lately. Like every podcast I see him on, he's got to stick up for something that he's done recently. It's weird. I don't know why. I don't follow it enough to know why it is. But anyways, all right. Let's. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. The PSA stuff. I really want to talk about the PSA stuff because a lot of people have contacted us and asked us like, "Hey, what's going on with PSA? And collecting and all that stuff." And it's a major deal. It's now that they've lowered their prices. Their people are starting to send in cards faster. Just like CGC is getting a lot of stuff out quick right now. PSA is starting to get stuff out quick, and a lot of people are starting to ask how it works, this and that. What do you got to do? And I think it's important to know how to like set up for it. What's it going to cost you? All that stuff. We're very well versed with the CGC stuff, but you know, we're not very well versed with sending in cards, and it's gonna be that way also with what do they call the CGC card company? CSG, is that what it's called? Is that something like that? Something like that.
I think so.
Yeah. So that's some interesting stuff. So we're gonna get into that. Everything should be working on the alerts. I don't know why that super chat didn't alert. So let me take a look on that. When did you get back, Vinny, from LA?
Yesterday.
Nice.
Last night.
Nice, man. Yeah. Man, that's a cross country trip right there.
I mean, you had to hear him when he was in the airport, and you know he's talking to his kids, and it's like. God. Vinny's like, hey man, what's up, bro? I said, man, what's up, V? What's going on? Man, I was like, hey, wait, you taking Starbucks? Okay. You want a caramel macchiato? You can't give the baby caramel macchiato. Yeah, I'm back, bro. What you talking about? Nah, man, bro. I was just saying, bro. Hey, come here. You have to go potty? Okay, you gotta pee or poo? Okay. Hey, I'm back, bro. Yeah, so. You know,
that's literally how the conversation is when I'm around my kids.
Hey, don't put your mouth on that. It's metal. Don't do that.
It's metal.
You know what I'm saying? It's metal. All right, bro. Yeah, I'm back, bro. I'm back. Yeah. It's so funny. I'm like, Vinny, if you don't get them kids together, hey, sit down. You don't want nothing. Don't touch nothing. You ain't hungry. You ain't got to pee. Sit down. But his babies are so cute. But hey, look, I ain't got no Flintstone vitamins.
Marcus knows. And all while I was doing that at the airport, I was like, let me think outside the box, and I was trying to hit the newsstands in the airport to find some Sports Illustrated for kids, and I was like, damn, nobody carries this magazine.
Nobody got that magazine.
Yeah,
I tried.
Yeah.
Which really has, and I know Ferd, I know we got to get together, but which really has me in a moment to where I really do believe that people really, like, if y'all are listening and watching the podcast, y'all need to find that damn book. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I'm not even finna play with y'all no more. Y'all need to try to find that damn book, because I went to a TriStar convention. Second time me going. I was supposed to meet Easy Yee and a couple other people up there, but I ended up going to PSA to turn in a bunch of cards because got the new price or whatever. So I went to go manually submit them, right? And I ended up missing Easy Yee and some I think it was one other guy there, Nate. I think was supposed to be
Nate.
there.
Tribal Gods.
I missed them, but the word on the street where I was at, on this little corner where I was at, bro, and I asked, I was like, hey, who is this Vic? Because I always like to play, because I'm still not really too familiar with sports, but I'll play that role, right? I said, so what are y'all hype about? Victor Wembanyama guy. Oh my God, Victor. Oh yeah, oh man. So I was like, so where is the first appearance of him? You know what I mean? And so, what's going on in my house?
Somebody's mad about something.
Somebody mad about something? Hey, I'm on the podcast. Y'all whooping kids. Okay, they whooping kids in my house. I couldn't even tell you what's going on. Couldn't even tell you. So anyway, again, hey, that's Flintstone vitamins.
Yeah, exactly. So when you went, Marcus, did you sign up for any of the Collectors Universe memberships or anything like that?
You can't anymore. They only got the one membership for $99.
And did you
can't
get
sign
that
up for Collectors Club? I did, and it's a silver membership. Don't come with any vouchers. It just comes with the discount of just turning in your cards for a cheaper price. But again, everybody was in there trying to turn in stuff. Yeah. Everybody was in there trying to turn in stuff.
Yeah,
everybody was in there trying to turn in stuff.
And this is the interesting thing right here. So let's go to PSA's website real quick to show everybody this stuff. This is some interesting stuff right here. PSA recently changed their I don't know what you want to call it, their collectors club, like Marcus said. They changed it from, they used to have like tiers like CGC has, and you could get different stuff. So now it's just all one thing. And to join, it's $19.99 or $100. And instead of get $100 credit in submissions, you get $100 credit at Loop. Now Loop is just like Whatnot, but more for cards. So you just go spend some money on cards on Loop, right? So that's pretty cool. You get a 1-year subscription to PSA's official magazine, which we've been talking about for a while now. The official magazine is a big deal. It is now more collectible than ever. They have variants. Vinny, do you know how, like, have you ever looked into, like, is it random which ones you get? Do you know?
Of what? Sorry.
Of the PSA magazine?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's random. I think it might be random which one you get. And the only reason I say that is because we got one right here to open. So I signed up for the PSA membership, right? And to start submitting cards. And this showed up at my door. So this is how they send it. And this is pretty cool. Let's take a look here. Now, the magazine, they're doing really cool things. They're doing, like, variants and stuff. What is this?
Uh-oh.
I think they were doing something with that. I want to say at some of the cons as well, but I don't know what they were doing exactly.
This came from Collector's Universe. The Diamondbacks collection, 50 of the greatest sports cards in collecting history. Did somebody send this to me from Collector's Universe? Because I thought this was
when you sign up, they send that to you.
They send that to you?
When you sign up.
You guys, this is something. This is synchronicity right here, because this is the owner of the Diamondbacks has like the best collection of space of cards ever since Dimitri Young sold all of his. So this will be used as a segment coming up, going forward. We'll do a deep dive into the owner of the Diamondbacks collection. He has, a PSA 10 mantle. He's got the Honus Wagner. So shout out to Voicey for the $4.99 super sticker. Appreciate you. But yeah, we'll get into this. So they also send you the magazine. So I'll be getting the magazine soon at some point, which is really cool. But so yeah, you get official 1 year to the magazine. And they do these cool like variants on it. There we go. There's the Diamondbacks collection. And then you get the members only grading access. Now the members only grading access is very important. So let's go ahead and take a look into it. Let's go set up. Let's go try and run through one.
Mind you, let me say this: when you at TriStar, they were giving away a PSA book that had LeBron James on it. Like it was that was the new. I don't know if that was the new monthly or whatever, but it's LeBron James on the cover. It's a beautiful looking magazine. Beautiful looking magazine. Definitely something gradable.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So you go into start new submission. Really easy. It's got regular and small size cards. That's where we're gonna stick, right? Because that's our bread and butter. It has other areas for like jumbo cards, because during certain years and certain sports and certain product, cards were like really big or tall or wider than the normal 3 13th by 16ths, 2 and 11 by 16ths by 3 and 13th by 16ths. And under is the regular card size. And they also put in with that memorabilia cards, which are the thicker ones, which is good, and regular tall boys, which is like from say like this. I think the '69 football set, the Namath year, right, and some of the older NBA cards are tall boys too. So that's very good. So that's what we want to go do, right? So say that we just want to get a submission of like, five cards. We'll say 5 cards. So what we want is grading, right? And review is if you want them to review your card. Crossover is if you have like a BGS card, and reholders if you have like a crack, right? So if you have old school Collectors Club vouchers, you could use them, but as you can see, I don't have any right here. And you want to go I go no autograph authentication. Now you can. This is very easy to explain, because with autograph authentication, there's a couple reasons to get it. If you want the extra thing on there that says autograph graded, the dual service, you can get that. I don't see a point to it unless you have something that you had somebody signed. It didn't come out of a pack. I think if you had somebody signed, I think it's worth it, because then you get the authentication. If it's a pack pulled autograph, it's already authenticated by the company. So I never do it. So I usually go no autograph authentication, and then it will take you next to a quick little service level thing. And because I'm in the Collectors Club, I have these up here, and then I have these value deals. These are special deals that they run. So right now they're running a value bulk on any cards 1980 to present, $19 a piece, and any cards 79 and older, $19 a piece. And that's for only cards that after they're graded are going to be valued at $4.99 or less. If after the card is graded, your card is valued at over $4.99, you have to go with this regular, which is $75 a card, and that's anything $1,500 and up. And that's a big problem, right? Because there's a cap with CGC. Maybe there wasn't. There isn't a cap. I think CGC took the cap off, but CGC will also do this. They'll charge you depending on the value of the book, right? So, but you also have these over here, special deals, like they'll do vintage 1989 and older. I can get $15 a card if they're under $200. So some of the cards that I'm putting in on this new run, you guys, is I mean, some of them are crazy. I talked about them the other day on here when I showed everything, and you know, some of these cards, like for example, let's say a Michael Jordan rookie, right? This Michael Jordan rookie, I think, will probably grade a PSA 6 and above, right? Let's go take a look at PSA 6 PSA 6 graded cards, or PSA 6 eBay. So let's go, let me do this, eBay. And let's look at Jordan rookie, PSA 6. And let's look at sales. So we know that PSA 6s usually hover around 36 and above, or we'll say there's 36. Was that a 6? A PSA 6 sold? Yeah, PSA 6 sold yesterday for $3,600. Okay, so yeah. I'm thinking that it's going to be above $3,500 to get that's going to be the end valuation on that PSA card, right? Is going to be $3,500. So because of that, I have to do the Super Express, right? So in order to grade that Jordan, it's going to cost me $200 to grade that card. It could cost me even more. If that card comes back like in PSA 8 and it's worth $10,000, it's going to cost me $600, okay? So I've got the Jordans. So I'm going to go next, right, on the Jordans. So I'm just showing you how if you're doing an expensive card, and it's very cool because they like have everything in their program that tells you the card, right? So you enter the year 1986, 87, and then Fleer, basketball, Jordan. Let's see what pops up. All right. 86, 87 rookies. That's not what I want. I want 1986. Let's Michael Jordan rookie. Let's go Michael Jordan. And then
Bryan.
Yeah.
Do they go off like last eBay sale, or like how do they determine the?
That's
the
a great question. We need to look into that. Okay, so 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan number 57. It's right there. Okay, I click on it. Declared value. I'm gonna do max value, right, for that submission, which was $499, right, or $4,999, right? 00. So. And then I have 3 of them. So actually, if you have 3 of them, then you want to times that by 3, right? So be precise on this. Bring up a calculator or something, and you know, $4,999 times 3, and then put
Bryan,
that.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because I know on CGC they make you do it the value per book.
I'm pretty sure that this is what it is. Hold on, let me put this in here. 14,997. Okay, save. Let's see what happens. So 3, times $200 per, so $600 total, right?
Oh,
so that,
total, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's right. So that's for my 3 Jordans. Okay, that's my 3 Jordans right there. So And that's for that walkthrough. Now, do I have any other cards in that item level, that $499 item level? Well, I do, but I might be able to get those at a different level. So I'm gonna hit next on that.
Wait a minute. Before you do that, you said that the max value is $15,000 on them 3 cards. That's just what you're going with, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm going with. So at very least, I think that these are going to grade. At the very least, I think that these are going to grade at least PSA 6, which will give me, which is 3,500. So the max value on these. Wait, am I wrong about that? Hold on, I might be wrong about that. let's go back. All right, max value, super walk, yeah, $4.99, right? So I'm thinking that they're gonna be above 2,500. So I'm just gonna put $4.99, even though they could be lower. They're definitely gonna be above 2,500, right? I could put the 2,500 in there, but for the most part, if something goes wrong, then my insurance is all messed up. At least I'm gonna have more insurance based on this $4.99 per card. And then if it comes back more than that, they'll upcharge me. I would rather get more insurance and then get, instead of trying to go in for less and then something happens, and I know these are at least $3,500 or more. In my opinion, I think that they're PSA 6 and above. So that's why you put them in at the Super Express walkthrough, or Super Express $200 per card. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I think Bryan, when I did the Shohei, I did a walkthrough on that one.
Yeah.
Just to be on the safe side.
Yeah. So I got the Jordans in there, right? Service level fee $600, and declared value for all three Jordans is $15,000, and there's 3 cards. So at least I know. I mean, it's most likely it's worth more than that, but I'm gonna at least get that much money if something goes wrong, right? So I'm covering my ass. You can put more in there, but I don't think that they're not going to charge you less if they're valued less. You're going to charge you what you put in there. So you'd rather have, get that sweet spot that you at least think they're going to be, at least in my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Would you guys, you always go the max on, but you don't want to go max like the next one up, because the next one up.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, because
I don't want to go too crazy.
Yeah, the walkthrough is $600. That's $400 more. I don't want to charge myself $400 more per card if I don't have to. So that's for the big boys.
I did walkthrough just because I wanted it back really quickly.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to wait. So
yeah. So that's for the big boys, right? Those cards are for the big boys. So that's kind of like my whole thing. If it's for the big boys, then I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. If that makes sense. I don't want to screw myself in the end. Now, say that you're just sending in cards like the smaller cards. Say you got a bunch of Bowman first that you want to send in, and most of those cards are probably going to be if you're a part of the club, you can get them into the 1980 to present if you think that at the end they're going to be under $200 per card. So, for example, let's say I have one of the Julio. This is one of the Julio Mojo Chromes right here, right? The beautiful Mojo Chrome Julios. What are these going for right now? These are going for, and I use eBay to look everything up. Rodriguez.
They kind of have a good, they look at trends and stuff like that with a lot of the cards now, right? So
yes,
that's kind of helpful.
Yeah. So let's look, and I'm thinking they're going to be PSA 10. So I want to look at PSA 10. So let's see what a PSA 10 goes for. $219. So I'm out on that, or I can just call it $200. I don't want them to upcharge me. I hope they wouldn't upcharge me on something like that. That would suck, right? If they upcharge you on $20, $21. So
Yeah.
here's a PSA 10 that sold for $186. Here's one that sold for $202, so it's right on the cusp, $185, $195. So I would take my chance on that. Does anybody in the chat know about stuff like that? Whether it's what it's like if PSA does that, if they will kind of screw you that way? Because I know that there's a lot of card. There's not a lot of card people in the community, but there is some ones that send to PSA on a regular. That's for sure. So, all right, let's see here. Let me fix this real quick. Vinny, did you ever get your Shohei stuff back? Oh, you sent other Shohei stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, man. Last March, I had tickets. I sent tickets into PSA, and I'm still waiting. It's almost been a year.
Wow, dude.
Oh no, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's BS.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, are you raising hell about it? I mean, like, what are you doing? Like,
I went through like a local card store, and he did it with a batch of other tickets that are like, other like really high profile tickets. And it basically what PSA told him was, okay, we'll just send you back your tickets. But then what? What do I do with them if I, so I just left them there. I mean, I guess I could back it.
I'm really confused because I submitted my stuff while they were here, and I still don't see my stuff submitted on the website. Is that normal?
When did you submit them?
Saturday.
Yeah, they probably will take a little bit of time to take them back and get them all unpacked and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means because they told me that it should take all about 20, 30 days.
Did you so when you went and did all that, did you fill out the forms on paper and then they were going to transfer that over or did you fill everything out on your phone through an app or through the internet?
I filled it out. They had laptops there. I filled it out on the laptop.
So your shit should be in there. I don't understand why it's not in there. It's your submission.
They gave me a submission form receipt and things like that. And in my email, I see the submission, but I don't see it on the website.
So, for example, I just did a submission to CGC, right, at a show. So I did it right there. They have to ship it back to the center where they process it. So it took about a week or so for it to get, to show up in my dashboard. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's something similar is happening there.
You better make it make sense because I promise you, PSA don't want to see me. I'm not afraid to head to Florida or wherever PSA is at. Planes move all day.
You'll go knock on their door and
I'll be at their door like Lyft, DoorDash, Uber. Where's my card? Uber. Imagine looking in your peephole.
Oh man, I remember going down to CBCS when I used to submit in person, like in Florida, and I was not really impressed by their offices. It was just like a normal like executive's office suites. I was like, this is where you guys are keeping all these expensive books. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So that gives just people a quick idea of what like is going on with PSA and their website. Their website is great, right? PSA's website is pretty damn good. So let's go back to the website. So we know that card is going for that much. So that's what you can put into that level right there. So you set all those up and that kind of gives you an idea. Now I would wait to print anything out until the end. Now what I want to show you guys is there is a guy on YouTube that does a good job at explaining how to send the cards in, and I'm going to let him do that. Shout out to his YouTube channel. You can find his link and information below. He does a good job, so I'm going to let him. I'm going to show you this because it's really quick, and he does a good job of explaining how to send these cards in. Now, before I do that, I want to remind everybody, when you send your cards in, the best way to send them in is to get, in my opinion, to get these. These are Card Saver 1s, okay? You can get them from just about anywhere. They're called Card Saver 1s. They're kind of flimsy, right? But the reason that you want them, and this is the main reason that PSA uses them, right? So you can put your cards in there without a penny sleeve. I like using penny sleeves, so I put the card in a penny sleeve first. So, for example, you can see this Julio card right here. It's in a penny sleeve first, right? And what I'll do is I'll take that card out of the penny sleeve that it's in, and then I'll hit it with a with a towel, like a microfiber towel, to get all the dust off of it. You don't want any dust particles on this. You want to make sure there's no fingerprints, just like a comic. And you put it into a brand new penny sleeve. And then when you do that, you put it into a brand new penny saver. As you can see, this penny saver has been sitting out. It's got dust particles on it. You want no dust particles on these, because obviously the dust particles it's going to cause problems, just like comics. So you can put it in the penny sleeve, which I do. Some people don't, because they think it can cause more problems. Because when you put the cards in the penny sleeve, some people just don't know how to do it, and they nick the corners. But when you put it in the penny sleeve, you put it in the card saver 2, card saver 1, and it may seem flimsy, but that card's not going anywhere, right? It's not going to fall out of that penny saver. If you put it into a top loader, it's going to fall out of that top loader. So that's the main reason they like to put it in these pennies, and you're not going to get these back. They just throw these away, right? Some people think that they cut them. I don't know if they cut them. I don't know if that's true, but you're not going to get these back.
They don't cut them. The dude told me they don't cut them because he made me take. I had some cards with the magnet joints, the ones that magnetize together.
Yep.
He made me take the cards out of that and put it in the card savers. And I told him, hey, bro, I don't like putting them in here because I don't really know how to put them in there without bending anything or whatever the case may be. He was like, hey, let me show you how to, put it in, right? So let me show you how to put it in. Wow. Okay. So take it how it hits you. Put it in. It is what it is. I'm trying to help you. So anyway, he put it in the penny sleeve, and because they put it in the penny sleeve and then put it in the card saver joint.
They did it for you, which is nice.
But yeah, they were nice enough to do it, but he said we don't do that for everybody because that means that we'll be held liable if it don't come back like how you want it.
Yeah.
But I literally had to tell him that, I don't mind how it comes back. I'm just getting them graded. So if it comes back 10, great. If it comes back 2, of course I'll be pissed, but shit. I mean, it's better than what I would do because it's not going. I'm gonna mess it up.
And PSA does a good job. They have a blog on how to submit your cards to PSA, and I also put in the PSA link to submission tips in the description below. And they explain everything. They tell you to go on to the online submission center, sign up, do all that stuff, and then do your cards. Just like I said, here's what they say. Step 3. Properly packing your collectibles is critical to ensure that they arrive safely. Begin by placing them into a flexible pouch such as those made by Card Saver, the Card Saver ones. Proper packing materials and other useful items can be purchased on the PSA online store. Please do not send items stored in any sort of hard acrylic snap cases or screw down holders, just like Marcus was saying. And these types of items cause significant delays in processing and will not be returned to you. When packaging your items, be sure to place the items in the same order. Now, this is the important thing. They want you to, just like CGC, they want you to put them in the same order they're in on your submission sheet, right? So we're going to go to this guy right here. This guy does a good job. This is
down there. All right, guys. Another thing I want.
This is PSA Collector on YouTube. Like I say, I like what he does. He does some good shit. So let's. I'm gonna put this on extra speed, so it's gonna sound a little off to you guys. But you can go check it out. His links will be in the description below.
Wanted to point out real quick is as you're stacking these and after submitting them, and if they're in top loaders and team bags, they get real slippery. Like you can't really pick them up because they'll just slip out. So what I like to do is take a rubber band and just simply. Not too tight. You don't want to too tight of a rubber band. Take a rubber band and just cut it like that. Just gonna hold it horizontal and then vertical, just like that. Okay. And also, what I like to do. So in order to remember where this is in the line on the front, so this is gonna be number 2. I like to write number 2, just like that. Okay. That way I know and PSA knows. Actually, number 2 front.
He's using green Post-it notes.
I know, and PSA knows.
Writing on the card?
He's not writing on the card. He's writing on Post-it notes. And the Post-it notes are green. Oh, yeah.
Bearing down on the card.
Yeah. So basically what he's doing, you guys, is if you have a huge submission, this guy has like 200 card submission, right? He's breaking it up into groups, and he's putting, hey, this is group 1, this is group 2, this is group 3. They're still all in order, and you secure them like this in with the rubber bands. Now, at one point, you could have used the top loaders because there was a short on card savers supplies, so they were allowing top loaders. But in order to do the top loaders, you had to put them in a team bag and close the team bag so that they couldn't come out, which is just a bunch of extra crap. So that's why I like this guy. He shows that you wanna make sure you submit them right by keeping them steady, right? Putting the rubber bands on them so they don't go all flying around. And what he says coming up is one of the most important parts. When he talks about, it's just like comics. When you send in your comics, you want to make sure your comics are in there tight, right? You don't want them to be moving around at all. So when you get all your cards ready to send in, you want to put them in the groups that you have. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to start putting cardboard on top and bottom of the groups. That's very important. You can cut out cardboard.
All right, guys, I forgot to mention, you're going to want to put cardboard between these, okay? So I like to do one, cardboard, and then, now you don't, I guess, have to do this. I just like doing it. You definitely want to do this if you're submitting just one card. You want to put it between cardboard. Okay, so I like to do just like this. Now, it doesn't have to be this wide. I definitely cut them a little too wide. Just like that. And then take your Post-it note, your sticky note, and label it the front.
So continue just to kind of, it's a little overkill, but again, if you make it easier on the submission, the PSA people, I'm sure it's gonna result in. If you piss somebody off, you know how people can be. They can be stupid. There's always that saying that we've always had about CGC that dude didn't get laid the night before. He's pissed. If he got laid the night before, he's given 9.8s to everybody. Same thing here. Make it easy for him. You don't want it to be a pain in the ass. But to me, the most important thing is coming up, and that's how you put them in the box. Now, if you're sending just a couple cards, it's very easy to make sure everything is together and put together, tightly, and it's not going to go flying around. But if you're sending in a lot of cards like this, there are a lot of people send in, when a deal comes around and it's like $10 per card, they're going to send in a ton of cards, because they like that deal.
Like bubble wrap from the mail I get, all my mail days. Just get a lot of bubble wrap laying around, and then push the cushion at the bottom of the box. You can even throw some cardboard in there if you want, special cardboard. But you want to make sure that the box is nice and cushioned, okay? Then you want to put your cards in there from front to middle and the back, just like that, okay? And then you're going to have all this excess room. What I like to do is take these small little bubble mailers, put them on the sides, take the bubble wrap, put it up front, just like that. You want it nice and tight, guys. You don't want it moving around. You don't want it shifting at all.
So, and I think we all kind of do this for our CGC submissions. You guys do this for your CGC submissions too, right? You make sure that they're super tight in there and they're not moving around at all. I remember Trey back in the day when Trey was pressing still on a regular basis. I sent in a bunch of stuff to get Trey pressed, and he made it very known. You want to make sure that those comics are tight as they can be. Use store folios and make sure they're tight in there. They're not moving at all. Super tight. So, all right, here's the next part that's going to important about this. So once you get all that done and all the handling is done, then it moves on to this.
After submitting them, and if they're in top loaders and team bags, they get real slippery. Like you can't really pick them up because they'll slip out. So what I like to do is take a rubber band and just simply
this right here. Sorry.
Not this menu. This is what.
What the fuck?
Not this menu. This is what you're going to want to print. Okay, it's going to give you an order, a brief of all the cards you submitted.
Now you go back, and this is your submission sheet. Look at this guy's submission sheet, man. $13,000.
Insane.
Yeah, for that.
I'm going to scroll down. You want to click this box. I have read the PSA grading terms. Click next. And then here are the steps, guys. Follow these steps. Put the collectibles in order. They appear in the submission form. Failing to do so will result in 5% service charge on your order. Package. Protect your items, guys, so they don't shift or get damaged in transit. We suggest placing all of your items in proper order between two larger pieces of cardboard and securing the bundle with rubber bands, just like I showed you. Wrap bundled items in bubble wrap or similar packing materials. Place your collectibles in any approximate box size. Okay, guys, just read through. Do exactly what I said to do. Okay, hey, guys, real quick. So step number 5. This print label button, you print it and you tape this on the side of your box, okay? I failed to do this at the beginning.
This is an important thing. Another thing that CGC has you do also, you write on it depending on the service stuff. PSA has you put this barcode on the top, right? Very important. All these things are super important if you want these things to get through shipping, get through shipping and get submitted and all that stuff fast enough. Like that's super important. and then you send them off, obviously. So
the card saver thing, the micro machine guy putting them on in card savers like that kind of, I don't know. I wonder if they're like, can't they get bent? Or I mean, isn't that like
not when you have a bunch of them together? And if you don't have a bunch of them together, that's why the cardboard is so important, right? Because the thick cardboard will, if you have 3 cards, you put cardboard on the top and bottom, and then those won't get bent. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Right. Now, here's another thing that's very interesting, and I'm going to be using these on one of my submissions. And shout out to the people that sent it to me. So these are a cool little thing that during the pandemic, one of our community members came up with. And it's a really smart idea. It's basically a PSA. This is from Pop Archival. You can find them on IG at Pop Archival. And this is a little box, right? It comes like this. And when you open it up, inside it looks like a DVD case, okay? There's the DVD case. Pop shipper is what they call these. And here you guys can see. You can use these to send into PSA, or you can use them to send PSA cards to people, right? So let me open up this and show you this. This is really, really cool. This is such a great idea. So inside, when you first get it, if you're getting it for Pop Shipper, it has a little bag. In that bag is your card savers, your microfiber towel to wipe off your cards, and these little tags. Now, not a lot of people use these tags, but let me show you what these tags are about. So it comes in a team bag, right? No tape. You don't want any tape. The team bag has the sticky on the back. You open this up. Here's your microfiber towel. Here's these are like little Post-it note tags things. We'll go over these in a second. It's got your 10 penny sleeves, brand new penny sleeves, no dust, and your 10 brand new card saver ones. Put your cards in there. Now, when you go to, if you want to make it easy, I don't know if this is easier on them or not, but this is something that's kind of interesting. With these little paper tags that Pop Shipper includes, you put your card in your penny sleeve, right? And then you take this little tag and you put it on the front of the penny sleeve so it kind of hangs out so they can pull your card out easy. So put it on there like that. And then you put it in the card saver. All right, and then when they could just grab the tag, oops, well, if I put it in there right, it would pull the card out with it. So that was my bad. I kind of put it to the side. But anyways, so this is from Pop Shipper online on IG. It's a great little product. And then if you get if you get these back, I don't know if they'll send them back to you, but you can also take the PSA cards and put them in there and send the PSA cards. So really, really cool product. Just some little extra tips for you to check out. It might be worth, if you only have 10 cards that you want to send, it might be worth hitting up Pop Shipper and getting the materials. They're not too expensive. They're actually pretty cool. And I like little submission tips like that and stuff like that. So, but that being said, there is also in the description below, PSA has a blog for nothing but submission tips and PSA tips for all kinds of stuff, including tickets and all that type of stuff, which is great. I'm sending in some crazy cards. I think I might already went through all these. I ended up picking up all those 86, 87 Fleer cards, the whole set. I'm sending in, the Bobby Witt numbered to 50. I'm sending in, like all the rookies from that 87 Fleer set. I mean, there's tons of Hall of Famer rookies in that, and my problem is that because it's so expensive to get some of those done, I can't send them in all at once. I'm going to have to do like where I send in a Jordan and maybe I get that back and sell that Jordan and I use that to pay for the rest, which is what a lot of us do on cards, right? You guys, not on cards, on comics. You guys do that on comics. I mean, we all use sell
I mean, you can
comics.
send something to me. I'll help you. I mean, if you want to send something to me, I can. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as you razzle, I dazzle, baby. I mean, come on now, it is what it is. As soon as you razzle, I dazzle.
Shout out to
You know what I'm
Chad
saying?
Cave, who says the only place for my sports cards are in my bike spokes. I like that. I think that's hilarious.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that's
Stick
old
to
school.
comic books,
Chad.
Cave.
Yeah,
What it
Chad.
says.
I think I told you guys. Chad sent me a picture on IG the other day, and it was the 1980 basketball set. And if you guys know the 1980 basketball set, they're tri-cards. It's 3 little cards all together in a perforations, and you could rip them off. Well, back in the 80s, people just ripped them off, and Chad collected them in the 80s, and he just ripped them off. So he put together the sets as the little cards, and he's holding the Bird rookie in his hand in a picture and sent him. He's like, "Look at these little baby cards I found." I'm like, "Dude, that's a Larry Bird and Magic Johnson rookie cards you're holding in your hand." And I'm like, and he's like, "Oh, that's awesome." I'm like, you don't want to look at what they're selling for compared to what, if you tear them apart compared to what they sell for not tore apart. And I crushed his dreams, but it's okay. It is what it is.
Cool.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's get into some interesting stuff. Vinny, you got something interesting going on here. Something caused you to decide to jump into Sports Illustrated madness.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the Discord has the magazine section, so I've definitely been sort of prowling the magazine posts that everybody has, and then of course with the Victor Wembanyama card in Sports Illustrated for Kids, I've been going crazy looking for those for the last however long that was, a month or however long they've been out. So I was at a show called Culture Collision that I never heard of before in Atlanta, but I was excited to hear that CGC was accepting on-site video games. So I brought some comic books and I brought some video games with no real intention of doing anything else at the show. But then I was walking around, kind of before I was planning to leave, and I found this.
Wow.
Yeah.
9.6.
Yeah, 9.6, 1954. So then I kind of was just sort of jumping into it a little bit and like reading about the history, of Sports Illustrated magazine, because, I didn't know. I'd been kind of watching Raws, and I know you highlighted a few of the sales over the last few months of Sports Illustrated #1. Of course, you want to things that you would look for if you buy a Raw. You want to make sure that the insert with the cards are in there, and then you want to make sure it's not the reprint, which I'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, I was just kind of doing some reading and just trying to see some more history about it, and just kind of going back a little bit. This one was released in 1954, and I don't know if people know, but it was actually acquired by the founder, or it was started by the founder of Time magazine, named Henry Luch, and it was became like this. Basically, he wanted to make a magazine that was a regular magazine but with sports, and that kind of made everybody laugh. Everybody was like, they weren't taking sports very seriously at the time, but with the popularity of spectator sports growing, it was like the perfect time. So eventually this became like this multi-million or billion-dollar empire, right, with a circulation of over 3 million copies per week. It was reaching 30 million people on all platforms. So it just became this really big thing. Yeah, I kind of sent some of the 9.8s just to see what they're going for. But I think Sports Illustrated is like a really I think it's something that people should try to target. You don't have to go for a 9.8. And if when Bryan was scrolling down, there are other Raw copies that are going for, 100, 150, 200. But I think getting in on the game on this book is really would be really great for people. But the highs now that we're seeing on 9.8s, I think it's going to go through the stratosphere down the road.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more like background on it. When it first started, which was kind of funny, it was actually there was this fight between what are we focusing on here? Are we focusing on more of like the modern sports like baseball and football and boxing, or are we focusing on yachting and polo and safaris? Because they were trying to figure out who their audience was. It was kind of like highbrow versus lowbrow audiences. You know, do we want to cater to the people with money and get them to buy this magazine, or do we want to focus on actual, you know, sports that are starting to really emerge? So it was kind of always that fight. But then in January of 1960, a new editor came on board, and he was like, I'm going to switch. We're not covering a bunch of rugby games and stuff like that. We're going to go and do these baseball games and all this other, you know, kind of premier sporting events. So that's when it took off. Tons of, you know, millions of subscribers came from there. A couple other interesting dates about Sports Illustrated. January 1964, if anybody's wondering, the first swimsuit issue. You know, if you guys are collecting that stuff. January 1989 was the first Sports Illustrated for kids. And Brian, if you want to pull,
I want to look up that first swimsuit. Hold on, swimsuit.
Yeah,
first.
So January 1964 is the first swimsuit issue.
I want to see. Ooh, look at that. Here we go, you guys. You can get them for $50 and raw condition. There's 68, 79, 80. That's crazy, man. That's cool. That's a nice book to be on the lookout for right there, man.
Yeah, and then January 1989 was the first Sports Illustrated for kids, and you guys are gonna probably, you know, recognize this cover.
What was it? January 1989.
1989. Mm-hmm.
Is it Griffey?
Jordan. You got to put a space in between January and 1989. I think.
Thank you.
Try that. Or maybe type in January.
There it is. Wow.
Oh,
Nope.
cool.
That's not it. That's not it.
Oh, never mind.
That's not it. Try just try Sports Illustrated for kids, January 1989.
Hey, Vinny, do you know if like when the first issues started to come out, were they just newsstand or were there subscription versions as well? Oh, I remember that. I totally remember that.
Both. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
See this one, and there was a card inside. If you guys remember, there was a Jordan card inside there as well. I think.
Really famous Jordan one. Yeah.
It looked like that. It was that same style.
There it is, right there. Right? Is that it? No, that's from '92.
No, that's 92. It was the same color as the one.
There it is.
We were seeing. That's it.
$32 just for that card. Wow.
That's not bad, man.
No.
Not bad.
That's a cool card too.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something, you know, if you guys are targeting first Sports Illustrated for kids, probably try to get it with all the card inserts, you know. A couple other dates. January 2018, it was acquired by, and I didn't know all this was going on with with Sports Illustrated. So it actually got sold by Time Magazine to Meredith Corporation. It became bi-monthly in 2018, right? Then it was sold to Authentic Brands Group 2019, and then at the start of the pandemic, they cut it from a weekly publication to a monthly publication. So it's only 12 issues a year now.
But the crazy thing for me is what you explained in the beginning is that they bought the magazine from another publisher, and that's when you get the 1954 issue, right? So, okay, so they have the original, which you got a 9.6. Show that again, because that is beautiful, man. That 9.6 is gorgeous.
Yeah, so this is the Sports Illustrated that we know today. You know, this is the first issue of that. But after doing more research, I saw that there was actually precursors to this magazine with the same name. So, Brian, if you have the link for 1949.
Yep, let me bring that up here. So here's the 1949 issue.
Yeah, so I think they're missing one here. I think it was 6 issues, but that went from 1949, 6 months. It focused on, you know, baseball, basketball, and boxing, but I guess it was short-lived. This was owned by Dell, which I think was the same Dell that has Dell Comics or had Dell Comics back then as well.
They got a really cool issue. Number 1 is cool, Sandy Koufax, but issue number 2 has DiMaggio on it, which is pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think it's it goes latest to earliest. So I think that one on the right is the first.
Oh,
issue.
this is the first one right here?
I believe so. I think there's a 6th one that's not pictured. But I believe that's the first one.
It's I got too much stuff going on here. Let me get rid of this stuff. Get rid of that. Let me get rid of that and that. All right, let's see if this works now. This is number 1. February of 49. Kentucky basketball.
Yeah.
So this is the 1949 edition by Dell. So the 54 edition was by Time Life, right?
Yeah, that was by Time. And now Time bought it from Dell, bought the name Sports Illustrated from Dell, and for $5,000 at the time, and a lifetime subscription to Dell, I guess, or whoever was the owner at Dell. You got a lifetime subscription. It was $5,000 to get the name. Yep.
Think how much money they've recouped from Sports Illustrated magazine, and they bought it for $5,000 and a lifetime subscription to the magazine.
I mean, $5,000 back then was probably like however many, thousands, but still, it pales in comparison to how much money they made on that. Because I noticed there were other magazines like Sport Magazine and stuff like that were out at the time, but it's just that was the name, So doing further research, there was actually another Sports Illustrated that preceded this that Dell bought the naming rights from, and that was one that came out in 1936. It was founded by a guy named Stuart Sheftel, and its target audiences back then were just sportsmen. It focused on golf, tennis, skiing. So I found this, right, and I was like, let me look on eBay for this real quick. And so I found 2 listings. I found one for like $35,000, and I found another listing for $99. So I bought the $99 one, right? And if you scroll down here, look what this guy says in his description of this thing, because this guy seems to be really into it.
It says, serious buyers only, please. Wally Kilrea of the Detroit Red Wings on the cover of the very first magazine named Sports Illustrated. I've been collecting at Sports Illustrated for about 50 years, and this is the only Volume 1, Issue 1 I have ever seen, and that includes 20 years of searching eBay and other internet sites. It's from January of 1936, an excellent to mint with cover slightly loose at the top staple and vertical fold, not a crease at center of cover, lays completely flat, yada, yada, yada. So he must not look very hard.
The point is, this guy was saying that he's never seen another copy, and I somehow found one copy, like the moment I looked on eBay. But I haven't seen any other ones anywhere else. But something to keep a lookout for. I think this is very cool for history, having kind of like the first iteration of Sports Illustrated magazine, which was which naming rights were then transferred to Dell Magazine, which would then transfer to, Time, which we now know. So I thought it was kind of cool. I didn't know if people really knew the backstory on this, but I was super excited to see about it. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. And to be honest, like, I thought that was Gordie Howe. That's immediately what I thought. That was Gordie Howe. Kind of looks like Gordie Howe. And it's cool that they have a hockey guy. Is this based out of the United States?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Look at that. By Sports Illustrated Inc. 34 Crystal Street, Pennsylvania.
New York.
East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. And then their executive office, 4th Avenue, New York, New York. $3 per year, $1 extra in foreign countries. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's
Didn't
awesome.
you get one of those, Vinny?
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I was saying I found one on eBay. Like a week ago.
Look at this.
Week and a half
This
ago.
came out in 36, and one of the articles is about the 1957 football deal. So it must have been like
I
a
don't even know what
TV
that
rights.
means.
Must have been TV rights or something.
It must have
Radio rights.
Else.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
The Sport of Kings, 32 years of skiing, New Year's Day in Pasadena. Those are pictures. They started off with the Rose Bowl. Looking down on sports, Quick Watson, Spoons in January. Man, this is interesting, dude. So you definitely think that they're going to send it to you. Did you get it yet?
No, I didn't get it yet. It's shipping. So if I don't get it, oh well.
Yeah, man. That's awesome, bro. That's a great score, dude.
Yeah, I had one more thing. I had one more link. I just wanted to show you guys back to the original 1954 edition. I just wanted to show people what the reprint looks like. So I had a link for that.
Yeah.
If you have it. Looks like.
Right here.
Nobody cares, Vinny.
Oh, the reprint looks
think
very
they do.
glossy. Very glossy.
Yeah. And if you look right at the bottom, right where they're, see, it says collectible reprint right there.
Yeah.
So that's the easiest way to tell.
That photo is like perfect for a first issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah, that was Eddie Matthew, I think, on the cover. It was a future Hall of Famer at the time.
What does it say in the?
It's like Americana right there.
Yeah,
That's my kind of magazine. It's talking about smoking cigarettes.
Benson and Hedges.
Cigarettes
Parliament.
And
Parliament. That's what I smoked when I
King-size
smoked.
cigarettes.
did I ever tell y'all? I might have told y'all this, but I grew up in Richmond, Virginia, and they had Philip Morris, the cigarette, factory, and they took us there as like a fifth grader. They
Field
took me
trip.
there on a field trip. It was the wildest thing.
Well, I'm glad they took you on a field trip. See, when I was coming up in the country, I'd go spend in the eastern part of Texas, like country, right? I'd go spend my summers there. My grandmother would have me go to the corner store and buy her Cool Filter Kings, her Pall Malls, her Camels, all of those cigarettes. Hey, go to the corner store, get a pack of Cool Filter Kings. I know I'm not the only one.
That's
that
what my
had to
dad
do
smoked.
that.
Yeah, I did that for my grandmother and my dad.
At 8 or 9, she give you money for candy and bring me back a pack of Cool Filter Kings.
Yeah.
Marcus, go get me a pack of squares.
Marcus, go get me a pack of squares.
You ever heard that?
Yeah.
I did hear that before.
Yeah.
I have heard that.
So,
Vinny,
I
you took a
smoked-
tour of the squares, Square Factory. You took a tour of the Square Factory.
It's crazy because when you're going as a little kid, they've got like literally this big stuffed camel, and you're like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Like it's not exactly the best. The best. It didn't.
They're promoting death and cigarettes. Smoke
Great.
cigarettes.
Yeah, that's great.
that was
I love also when you go overseas and you go to the duty free store and there's like pictures on the cigarettes of like people with like these terrible like cancers and who are like their lungs, and I'm like, oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bro,
So-
listen, I love those. I love those.
Solo Wookie says, if I win the lottery, I'd buy one to burn the Red Wing off of it. Yeah, I bet you would.
What's the significance of the Red Wing? I'm
He's
confused.
he's a Colorado Avalanche fan, so Red Wings fans hate Avalanche fans, and vice versa. One of the most
so
hated
he would
sports
burn
things.
up some money. He burned the book is worth. I just saw that the book is worth $34,000. So he would win the lottery just to burn the wing off of it. Fool, sell it. Solo Wookie, sell it. Get the money. Get the bread. Why would you? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't even understand.
Yeah, I'm with you,
That
man.
sound like some shit Vinny would do. Vinny got all that money up there. He would just burn some shit just to burn it. I'm gonna burn it. Vinny, what you gonna burn it for? Send it to me. Nah, I'll burn it. I'm rich. Yeah, I'll burn it.
All right, I'm gonna add some Google Slides. We got Ferd's Google Slides here. Did you just update your old one there, Ferd? Right? You just updated the old one?
Yeah, I just leave the template there.
Perfect,
Yeah, I don't save the
perfect.
old ones.
That's what I got. So we're gonna get into this real quick here. I want to remind everybody to hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. There's a lot of craziness still going on in comics, you guys. We got a pretty heavy comic marketplace and a lot of stuff popping right now from that DC. Still, the DC stuff has really put a shot into the ass of speculation because there's a lot of stuff speculation-wise right now that's just popping off big time. So we're going to definitely jump onto that, which is awesome. But now we're going to get into Ferd's 5 and 5. 5 for 5, starting with... You ready, brother?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get into
Nobody cares, Ferd.
You know, someone cares out there. I know.
I believe someone
One
does
of
care.
y'all in the chat, they care.
I think someone does care. What you got?
All right, so this is kind of a throwback to my childhood. What is old is great, new, that kind of thing. So Hero Quest came out with a Kickstarter about, I want to say year and a half ago. It kind of took a while to get off, kind of with COVID and all that whatnot. But you can buy the full brand new Hero Quest main game for like $100, but they have these expansion packs. And I remember back in the day, like you can never find them, and they go for the older ones go for quite a bit. They go for like $400, $400, range. These guys go for like 30, and they're really high quality. It's an expansion. You get like 30 figures and like 4 quests or whatnot. I thought it'd be kind of cool to, a $30 investment. You can open one up and then put one away for the next 10 years. So that's kind of where my thought process is with this guy. I don't know if you guys ever seen these out here, but you can get them online, like on Amazon. And I don't think they're very like large print run because people don't really play board games like this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I tell people right now, even though like with this Hero Quest stuff, I know you're talking about it. I'm telling people right now too. You see how Magic is kind of soft right now, in the grand scheme of things. I tell people all day, hey, go try to. Now's the time to go try to find the good Magic shit, like the good stuff that was expensive then, maybe a little cheaper now. Because it's still Magic, so it's like there's always going to be a need for it. So the Hero Quest is actually something really interesting. Just kind of correlating both of those together.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's kind of where my head was at too. So
yeah,
good stuff. All right, next.
So this is kind of a weird one. So I was looking at like old school. I want to say it was like Nintendo or like Legend of Zelda, like those old like plastic vinyl wallets like from back in the day. And I was talking to a dude, and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, those sell for like $80 to $100 easy, like all day." And I was like, "What? That's so weird." And then in like not very good condition. So I was like, I wonder what like is the game that little kids like play that they'd be like, "Oh man, I got this like Fortnite wallet for like $10." So I found this. It's a $10 play. They got like 80 different type of kind of colors or whatnot. Thought it was kind of cool. Kind of parlaying with like if you got the Fortnite game graded, the comic books that came out from DC. This is kind of a cool addition to go along with that. And it's a low buy-in. We're not trying to spend too much money here, so that's kind of where I was at with this one.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Cool. I'm not mad.
Ooh, top prospect.
And
time.
then, yeah, dude. Jackson Churio. This guy's like, I think he's actually is he 19 or is he 28? Do you know, Brian?
I think he's 19. He's very young.
Okay.
Yeah, he might even be 18.
Yeah. So this guy smashed like the minors last year, and shout out to Yeezy Yee. We were kind of going back and forth because I was asking him, hey, like, what's the card to get in 2022 Bowman Mega boxes? And so he's like, oh, Jackson Churio, this is back in May or like June. And when everyone was kind of concentrating like on, Julio and Bobby Witts and all that, when I was buying these at Target, like this is one of the cards I was looking at. So, it's kind of expensive, right, to submit to PSA. And like, what if you get a PSA 8, like on a regular card? That kind of sucks, right? You lost your investment. So I was finding these for like $40. And I know Milwaukee's not really like a marquee team or you know, they haven't made the playoffs in a few years or any of that stuff. But if this guy takes off, and I mean, they're not saying he's like the next Julio, but for $40 for a PSA 9, I thought that's a pretty good buy-in without having to go through a $45 mega box and like hoping you get one and then having to submit it to PSA. Skip all that and just get the 9.0 cheap. And baseball season's coming up, so these might start to catch fire pretty soon.
Yeah, dude. Churio is badass. That's a old alert. Shout out to Voicey again for the $4.99 super chat. Churio is definitely the guy that everybody's talking about right now. For a while, it was also Khalil Watson, but he's kind of died down now that. But man, everybody's going crazy for Matt Holliday's son, right? Jackson Holliday, who got drafted number 1 overall. Did he get drafted number 1 overall? And then Andrew Jones dropped to number 2, I think, which is so Matt Holliday's son went number 1 overall, and then Andrew Jones' son went number 2 overall. And Andrew Jones' son card doesn't come out until Bowman 2023. They held him over, and he's the probably he was the number 1 overall suspected draft pick for the longest time. So I was really stoked because he fell to the Diamondbacks at number 2. And but he got hurt, I think.
He didn't play at all last year, right?
Yeah. But he's really young. He's only 18 also, so that's going to be very interesting moving forward, which is cool. So next, ooh, I love this.
All right, so this is a little different. You guys got me on those Mattel creations, and I was just kind of looking around, but I know we were all kind of pivoting towards the the Virgil. He-Man toys. So I kind of looked around a little more, and I was like, and I was talking to a homegirl of mine like a while back, and she had mentioned, did you hear about that Ball Ma hat from Mattel Creations? Like, what the heck? You don't do anything with Mattel. And she's telling me about this hat. It was going for $390 out the gate, and it's sold out. Like, there's none left. It's just a trucker hat basically, but these collaborations with like Louis Vuitton did one with Supreme out the gate. Those were sold out, and like they go for like the sweatshirt goes for like $10K. So this is kind of a higher buy-in and kind of a random like out of our realm kind of like collectible. But man, if like some if I know someone that does not do collectibles at all that wants this hat, it just kind of spoke to me like, man, that might be like a nice long-term kind of, you're hitting like fashion collectors, you're hitting Barbie collectors, you're hitting possibly guys like us. So kind of out of the realm and kind of a high buy-in, but I thought it was kind of cool.
Trucker hats sell for a shit ton of money, man. Hats in general sell for a shit ton of money.
Ferd, I'm gonna help you. It's Balmain.
Balmain?
Yeah.
Okay, homegirl said it wrong then.
Yeah, she probably did, but it's Balmain. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Don't let her try to hit you with fancy couture and she's not speaking correctly. It's Balmain.
Yeah.
It's Balmain.
Balmain.
Yeah, it's come on, Balmain. Ball till we fall, man.
All right.
Balmain.
All right.
So I want to speaking about
I'm not convinced that that's right.
It's Balmain, bro.
Speaking about the hat stuff, like
I'm expensive. I buy this Balmain.
Doesn't mean you say it right.
It's Louis Vuitton.
Look at the price on some of these hats. PepsiCo hat, $1,075, 91 bids. $900 for this. $898 for this vintage Pepsi Cola food service snapback trucker style hat. This Champion hat, $899.95. What you want to look for on the hats that really sell well, and the vintage ones, is these side. If they have on the sides these 3 lines, this was the normal thing. So if you ever see old school hats with these 3 stripes on the back, pick it up because it'll probably sell for a grip. These little 3 stripes that are on the side of the hat. But look at some of these hats, man. It's this Who Shot JR hat from 1980 Dallas CBS TV show, $800. This Marlboro hat, $800. And the hats go back to the 30s. Look at this Slice hat, $440. Another Slice hat, $419. Chattanooga Racing, $300. sports hats from that time period. Coke 300, Daytona hat 355. Old school trucker snapbacks sell for a grip, and especially sports hats. Here's the 3 stripes that you want to be on the lookout for. This is a Willett 76 auto truck stop with the 3 stripes, so be on the lookout. But a vintage Levi Strauss denim hat, 325. So great stuff in those hats. We need to keep an eye on that for future stuff.
You know what else is moving too? Old jackets. Like I was at a garage sale 2-3 weeks ago, and I picked up an old Dark Horse Comics jacket.
Ooh.
Dark Horse Comics jacket. I got one. It didn't fit. Of course, I'm a big dude, so it's like a medium or something like that. But it's an old Dark Horse. It looked like Warriors. It's like got the little. It's got the big Dark Horse logo on the back. Yeah. It's black jacket. It's shiny material.
Satin.
Very nice.
Yeah,
satin. Yeah, yep. Got that. And I also grabbed a limited edition Marvel Comics jacket. Got Spider-Man on the back. Like it's some Spider-Man jacket that Marvel was doing. You had to be a member of something to get this jacket. I grabbed that as well. So I have it hanging up in my closet. I'd be interested to see what they sell for. Like I'm gonna go and look at it.
Does anybody remember the TV show on PBS called Ghost Rider? I might be
I remember that show. Yeah.
It's like a band of kids who would write something. I don't even remember, but it was it was from my time that I lived with no cable, right? So that was like the only thing I could watch, damn near. So I actually was doing at a yard sale a few years ago, and I found one of those Ghost Rider jackets, like from the cast or whatever. So I bought it. So guys, I'm
gonna tell you something funny, and I should have held on to it, but I didn't. And we can move on to the next piece. I have, and I gave it to my artist, Tisa, because he's about the only person that can fit into this. I have an official Star Wars The Next Generation outfit with the actual, like the little button right here, beam me up, whatever the
R2
communicator, whatever. Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yeah. Star Trek.
Yeah.
With the actual pin right here, and it's the whole outfit. Got it from a shop in Hollywood where they had actual props from TV shows and movies. But his actual Star Wars, he about the only person that could fit into it, because the whole idea was that we was going to do a music video, and he was going to be beamed up from somewhere and actually have on like the Star Trek outfit. But it's like the full, real, official, come with papers and everything, certificate of authenticity, Star Trek outfit.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's dope.
Yeah, those satin jackets for old school 80s satin jackets, the sports jackets, those sell for a ton, especially Houston Oilers, Tampa Bay Bucks, like the teams that are no longer around. Houston Oilers stuff sells for a grip. So everybody out in Houston, if you see any old school Houston Oilers jerseys or anything, pick them up. They sell for a ton. So, All right, next.
Okay, so with kind of the DC stuff, I was thinking of like really great stories that were written that could possibly, I don't know, either come back to like writing, or could be possibly optioned. And Rising Stars always kind of this comic came back out in 2000, I want to say, and Straczynski was the writer of this book, and he kind of had and you guys probably know this obviously, so he wrote Babylon 5.
Yep.
And he was always had this like kind of I guess approach to a story where he had a beginning and an end. There was nothing like, oh, we're going to go past the 4th season. Like, this is it. And so there's always like a plan, like with his stories, and he was a really good writer. And so it was always nice to, his storytelling was always just really well written. And I thought like, man, Rising Stars would be a really cool like property. And just with these like new properties, like, who knows, Amazon could pick this up one day. Straczynski has Hollywood ties. So he could write the show. Jeff Lemire is doing something right. He's doing SS County. So I know you can find this in like dollar bins here and there, but I just picked this particular cover because it's my favorite one out of the whole series. If you haven't read it, it's a great read. But just kind of something to think about, like, maybe it'll come to fruition. I don't know, but it's a really good story either way. And I know we're lacking really good stories lately. And pick this up cheap. So this is kind of my comic contribution to the top 5 for 5. So
Well,
there you go.
that kind of also reminds me to talk about the creator first list that you guys can find. The link is in the description below. And J. Michael Straczynski's first comic work was Teen Titans Spotlight number 13. So be on the lookout for that one. All right. Good stuff, Ferd. We always love the
Thank you.
5 for 5 segment, brother. Appreciate it. All right. We got some NFT stuff to get into today, but first, before we get into the NFT news of the week, we got to hit up on A Kid Called Beast again, because more news and more craziness coming from A Kid Called Beast. You guys know we had Kid Called Beast creator on here early on, and then they minted, right, and everything went crazy. There was all this hacking going on accounts and stuff, and their stuff shot up really, really quick. What's going on now with it?
All right. Well, I guess I will take the lead on this. Thank you, Vinny, for just leaving it up to me as usual.
I mean, I'm happy to talk about it.
What's going on?
Yeah, no, it's okay. Ass. Anyway, so with A Kid Called Beast, let me just say this. When we had him on, it didn't forget kid. We got a nerd called Ferd.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Great one. Shout out to
a
Ryan.
nerd called Ferd. That is a shirt. That is a shirt.
I mean, it's in process. Yeah, we got it.
So anyway, so we had Raspy on. We talked about it, and what happened was that when it got close to mint, we were actually even supposed to get some spots to give to the Discord community. When he was asking for those spots, they did a thing, and everybody that he did have spots for and other communities that he had spots for got cut out, because they were trying to cut out the bots that were trying to buy the actual NFT. And because just with everything, you get the bots that buy, and then it gets back to that person, and then they resell them for higher prices, and stuff like that. They really wanted to try to do something different with A Kid Called Beast. So this man was literally, and he was getting death threats from people because he couldn't produce what he said he was going to produce. And it was really kind of sad. I mean, families were turning on him. Other people were turning on him, like people that own Bored Apes and everything had just kind of fell out with him, because he was like, hey, bro, you promised us this, and, we didn't get it. Like, even, me and Vinny were shooting, text messages hot and heavy, like, hey, bro, just trying to circle back. We didn't attack him, but it was very like, hey, bro, I know you got a lot going on. I want to turn this list into you. How do we, do what we do? And he was just like, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. It's unfortunately, I can't do it because everything is kind of going on, and we're trying to, get around that, right? We're trying to absolve some stuff. But once we get settled, we'll figure out a way that we can make it all make sense, right? So they got around the objectives and the obstacles that were holding them up. They ended up, minting the first time. Then they came back and minted a second time around just to finish up the mint, right? The only way you could get on that second mint was that if you were promised on the first mint to get one, and then they couldn't even fulfill all that at that, because, again, it was just so many people clamoring at it, because it went from no interest to everybody wanted it. And now it's the number one blue chip NFT to have in 2023. This thing literally jumped from, let me see, what was it, Vinny, 0.4 to
0.3 when it was at 0.3. I did buy one also, but 0.3, and then it's now at what, 1.22 ETH, which is almost $2,000. So if you'd have just bought one when it, like, instead of like waiting on the opportunity to get one, right? Like, instead of waiting to get on the beast list, if you'd have just bought one, it was I think $170. If you would have just bought one,
you'd be up right now almost what, $1,900 or $1,800,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. You'd be up $1,800. So it's like, so this is the stuff that we're talking about, and there's so much that's getting ready to happen with these that it's literally going to blow your mind. And so many people, they're doing sweeps of these. Vinny just called me this morning. Somebody spent like $4,000 buying. Look at that. Look at that top one on the left. Look what they're asking for. Go up one more. Go up one more. Look at what they're asking for that. 15,000 ETH.
15 million.
15 million ETH, excuse me.
Why do you think
Another
they're doing that? They're just
13
doing that
million.
to fuck around or what?
No, I mean, people aren't letting them go. Like they're getting them and they're holding on to them. So
This
if
one's
I give it up,
badass.
it's gonna be
That one's
a
cool.
crazy amount of money. So
You got to keep in mind also that a lot of these NFT projects, when they come out, they have just the way the algorithm is done. You're going to have certain ones that have super rare traits. So based on rarity, people, if they have like a ultra rare one, they're going to just list it at some astronomical number.
That's
Look
so
at
dope,
that.
dude.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's so cool. 242,000 for this one. They're asking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are starting to sweep. So people are starting to get them and pay those, not necessarily those kind of prices, but definitely 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 for one. Yeah. It's
Well,
easy.
the floor is 1.2. It looks like, right? This one you could buy for just under $2,000 for this one.
Yeah.
You could have bought that for $170.
Wow.
On OpenSea or Mint?
On OpenSea. On OpenSea.
This one's up for auction right now. It's got 22 hours. But here you guys can see these are the floor ones, the cheapest ones you can buy right now. So if there's any you like, I mean, there might
I thought
be.
that one was pretty sick.
Do you think
Then
that
again-
buying in at the floor is worth it on these if you're into NFTs?
I always tell anybody, if you're not on the list, if you don't make the white list, right? Then buy what you love and buy what you know that even if it goes to shit tomorrow, you're in love with it. You put it on your wall, keep it, whatever the case may be. But the reality, Ryan Adams, should have bought after reveal, like R Flom suggested. R Flom is on his note.
Yeah, he was in the Discord and he was saying, okay, you should buy it once it reveals. The price is going to go down. That's going to be a buying opportunity. He was telling people at that time, which is how a lot of these projects work. There's a lot of hype. The reveal happens right after that. There's a dip, and then it's either going to go up or down. But that would have been the good opportunity.
And if you guys don't know what we're talking about with our Flom, you can follow on the Discord. The link is in the description. This is the OTR Discord. You guys can see there's all kinds of goodies here, and we have a huge NFT section right here where you could get all this information. As you can see here, it's just there's a ton of it in here. When any of this stuff goes on, you can follow some of these people's suggestions on the OTR Discord.
Yeah. So there's a question. So is 10K in ETH like $10 in real money? Absolutely not. 10K in ETH is
20,000
money.
Right? No,
it's a lot of money.
How much is one ETH?
One ETH right now is right at what?
16, 17?
1700? Yeah. So
can I say something about like beginners that are like worried about it and just kind of like, I don't know, slow game real quick?
Please.
So I'll be honest, like I am like a novice, like level Bitcoin, Ethernet, all that stuff. So it took me like seriously like 2-3 hours to like figure out the MetaMask thing and set up all like just how all that stuff works. I've been buying like point 0.0203 ETH like a week just to kind of get a feel for how it works and whatnot. And now I got like 0.12 and like I'm ready. And I may have missed out on this, but I feel like it's like, I mean, there will be other opportunities obviously, but like I feel like that's a good way to kind of like get used to how things kind of work and like the kind of technology part of it. I mean, it was kind of a son of a bitch, but man, now I'm ready. So now I can jump on it. Because when Flom was talking about that, I was like, man, I just don't know if I had the technology part. I'm not comfortable with it yet. I want to like build up my my wallet, and then I'll just jump on it. But at the same time, you can kind of look at OpenSea and kind of like just peruse and just like you're looking at like a comic book website. So now I'm kind of getting used to it now. So if anyone's kind of worried about it.
So let me say that, and I appreciate you for on that. But let me say this too. So me and Vinny were talking about this one that just went live called Checks. I think Vinny may have talked about it a little bit.
How do you spell it?
We're on a kickoff. Just regular CHECKS. I think just regular Checks.
Yeah.
Checks. Is it the VVE edition right up here? Yeah.
I think it's maybe.
I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was an open edition. You could have bought them for how much, Vinny?
I think it was 0.08 ETH.
0.008 ETH, right? Yeah. Yes, yeah, Ryan. We can do that. Ryan. You could have bought this for 0.08 ETH. If you'd have spent, and I think Vinny put this in the Discord, if somebody would have bought 2.5 ETH of these checks right now, you would literally be a millionaire right now. So if you would have spent what 16, what is that?
3,200?
3,200 and some change. You spent 3,200 buying these checks, you'd be a millionaire right now. That's just to put it in perspective. You'd be a millionaire right now. Let that sink in.
Insane.
Why? Because what the lowest check is?
Because they shot up in price like so much.
So the floor price is 2 ETH.
They're 2 ETH now, but when they first came out,
or 0.08, right?
So if you would have dropped 3,200 in there at 0.08, you would be a millionaire right now based on the floor price.
Right now, yeah. You would be a millionaire right now.
Yeah,
that's.
By the way, just going back to this, just because I think it's kind of funny, the Trump NFTs that came out sank all the way back down. They're now back up at 0.549 ETH, which is basically $900.
Hey, don't throw that back in my face no more, bro.
It's gonna do it anytime you're on the phone with me.
No, like I'm literally dead ass. Don't throw that back in my face.
So they were down
I'm literally about to get pissed.
To 0.2 ETH.
Brian, move on. Because see,
and now they're at
Vinny, Brian,
0.4
you're not
ETH.
listening to me.
They're at 0.48 now.
Brian,
or 5.4.
Brian, move on. Vinny made all kind of money on Trump. Vinny made out like a bandit on Trump. And when I thought about doing it, Vinny was like, "Hey, bro, you should go ahead and get you one." I was like, "Bro, I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. No problem with Trump. I hate the art. The art is just terrible." So I was like, I can't do it. Vinny's like, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it, bro. I was like, bro, no, I'm not. Then next thing you know, Vinny called me laughing. I'm like, hey, bro, that Trump is up. That Trump is up. He said, think about it. It's 45,000 of these. That Trump is up. I was like, okay, Vinny, okay, whatever. So he said, yeah, I sold one. I was like, okay, cool. Congratulations, bro. Then he calls me later and he goes, bro, is this real? I was like, what? He said, bro, somebody just paid. I guess Vinny had a rare one. How much did the rare one sell for, V?
It was over 1,000.
It was like over $1,000, bro.
Yeah.
Over $1,000. Something that has 45,000 of these. No NFT has that high volume right now.
No, that's unheard of. The projects with that many, it's just destined to fail. I don't know how this is actually still up like this and going up. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right. We do have some more NFT news, starting off with Reddit and NFL partner for Super Bowl collectibles. It's Super Bowl crazy out here in Arizona right now, you guys.
Yeah, man, I believe it. Reddit is on a roll with its Polygon-based digital collectibles as it announces a major collaboration with the NFL for Super Bowl, whatever that is. I don't do Roman numerals. The collectibles are free to claim, using the same release mechanics as the World Cup collectibles did in November of 2022. So it's free to claim. Did you catch that? Free to claim. So if you want to get in NFTs, this is the perfect time to jump in on that, right? Latest collection features 4 types of NFTs. The Mint, namely the Champs, featuring a variety of Super Bowl rings. Super Fans, featuring bold Super Bowl branding. Chiefs representing Kansas City, and Eagles to show support for Philly, right? The platform, which first launched its digital collectible marketplace July 7th, has captured quite the audience, with reports from December 2022 indicating that roughly 3.7 million users hold over $4.4 million worth of collectibles. Of those users, 93,000 were reported to have sold approximately $11 million worth of Polygon-based tokens. So this is happening on the Polygon platform, Vinny. This is crazy. And it's free to claim. Again, free and you make money. Free to get and then turn around and sell it for money.
Yeah, dude. That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, let me ask you, did you guys grab one?
I know about it.
I don't know about it. It's still coming up, right?
Yeah,
Or is it...
you got time.
Yeah, we got time.
What's Polygon?
Polygon is like Ethereum. It's a different platform. It's a different.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Well,
let me see. Hold on. This is going to go. Oh, it's out. Yeah, you can get it today.
There you go.
It's out. Yeah.
There you go. That's not bad, dude.
You can go get it today. I will type in Reddit and NFL Super Bowl collectible and see if you can go grab it.
The platform, which first launched digital collectibles on July 7th, has captured quite an audience. Yeah, you already read all that. Yeah, man, that's interesting. For free, might as well. Worth a shot.
Great way to jump in.
Yeah.
Great way to jump in.
Next, crypto and NFT communities band together to raise aid for Turkey and Syria. Big earthquake, man.
Yeah, man. The crypto community has once again demonstrated its commitment to supporting humanitarian efforts, pledging over $9 million in donations. It's happening on platforms like Binance, Tether, Bitfinex, OKX, and KuCoin. At the very least, they're doing these things to help survivors, as well as the aid in recovery and rebuilding efforts. In addition to collective donations by these leading crypto platforms, the Avalanche Foundation has also donated $1 million in United States dollars and in AVAX tokens with its executive director. Turkey is close to the heart of the Avalanche Foundation and community, and the funds will help people recover faster. It's a lot going on out there. At the time of writing, the ETH wallet launched by Anadol, which is the currently holds over $156,000 in ETH value, with the latest update coming from a guy named Jack Butcher, which reportedly raised over $100,000. So they're raising money for Turkey.
I'm not a big fan of Hassan Piker. I think he's kind of a jackass half the time. But if anybody follows like the Twitch community, he's a big streamer on Twitch. But and he raised in 4 hours. He raised $500,000 in 4 hours for Turkey, which is crazy. That's nuts, man.
And I'm gonna tell you something. It's crazy because that number is going up to like 15,000 people. So my heart really goes out to up. Do we got one?
Got one.
Come on, guys.
Nice.
Come on, guys. It don't get no better than that. Fern, tell them where you went to. Fern, tell them where you went to get it.
Well, I got Reddit on my phone.
Yeah.
And I just basically typed in what you guys. It was the first thing. I didn't have to type anything in, and it just said pick your guy and continue. It's kind of tight. There's benefits and everything. There you go. No money spent.
Do you have to do it through the phone, or can you do it through the computer?
I think you can. I just got it on my phone, so I was like,
I think you just need to do it through a Reddit account. I think.
Yeah. Well, let's try that. Hold on here. Let me see here. Let's see if we can pull this off.
I mean, literally, it took me 20 seconds.
Let me go to Reddit. Cool. I haven't been on Reddit in forever. I think I have some type of old account. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's try this out. All right, so I just got to search Super Bowl.
Yeah, type in Super Bowl, NFL Super Bowl collectible.
Reddit. What the hell?
I sent the link in the chat, by the way.
NFT. You set the link in the chat? I'll bring it up.
Yeah. Oh, this is amazing.
All right, choose your team. Here we go. Who do I
Claim
want?
yours.
There you go.
I think I'm gonna get. Who do we think's gonna win?
Eagles.
Tom Brady.
Oh man, if the Eagles
going
win, I
first.
think the Eagles one might be worth more, but I really think that Kansas City's gonna win.
I'm thinking the Chiefs. Yeah.
Let me just go with this too, y'all. And I don't want nobody to hate. Please don't hate. Both of the quarterbacks are from Texas. Jalen Hurts is from Houston. He's from an area called Channelview. And Mahomes is from Tyler, Texas, a very small country town in Texas. So Texas is showing up, showing out. I know y'all love to hate it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're good. We're good. Whoever wins right now. Texas, stand up. If you're in Texas, stand up. But I am going to go with Jalen Hurts. I'm going for Philly just because he's from Channelview. Channelview is like the middle of nowhere in Houston. So he's doing his thing.
All right, it's saying I have to find out my password. That sucks. Claim your official NFT.
Yeah. That's what I ran into. I'm gonna just figure it out later.
Yeah. Claim. Choose your team. Yeah, so you just go there and you choose it. And then you have to put in your password. So I don't remember my password, but I'll go figure it out later. But yeah, dude, that's pretty dope. There you go, you guys. That's not bad.
You're welcome.
Next, we've got NFTs see nearly 1 billion USD in January sales volume.
Yes. So the question is this a bull run or a bull trap, right? So many in the Web3 space are wondering if NFTs are entering their bull run, which is a fair question, as sales in January skyrocketed to nearly $1 billion in U.S. volume. The sudden rise in volume accounts for 41.96% increase from December 2022, with the number of NFT transactions also rising by over 22%, right? So as for collections, Bored Ape Yacht Club still holds the top spot for sales, likely due to the launch of the interactive game Dookie Dash. We talked about that. So where you can still get your sewer pass and make that happen, because sewer pass is number one right now, which distributed tickets based on assets held from its ecosystem. In January, the sewer pass generated over $71 million. Following Bored Ape Yacht Club for top sales is Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Bored Ape Kennel Club, and Other Deed. All of that is Yuga Labs. So anytime you guys hear anything about Yuga Labs, it's all hands on deck, period. The only one that's in the top 5 that's not Yuga Labs is Azuki. And Azuki made up nearly 25% of total sales in January, roughly $242 million. Handling the bulk of the sales of overseas sales was OpenSea, with over 40% taking place on this platform. Not far behind was Blur, Magic Eden, and Looks Rare. What's causing the spike in volume could be the underlying rise in cryptocurrencies, because inflation is happening. So people are starting to diversify funds. They're starting to jump more into crypto. And while you're jumping into crypto, you're buying NFTs and the whole 9 and 10, right? But there's clear trends that, crypto and NFT is really starting to move more into a broader landscape of acceptability, if you will, right? And with the gamification of Dookie Dash, which was, of course, Basie's thing, encouraged the purchase of additional assets, which also worked to have a lot of people delist and not miss out on their ticket airdrop, right? So what an airdrop is when, like, if you don't put your Bored Ape for sale, it's called delisted. Then the Yuga Labs or the company, the bigger company, the parent company, will send you basically free stuff. So if you didn't put up your Bored Ape, I think you got the sewer pass for free, right, Vinny? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. And so you would have got that for free. So let's say if you had, 4 Bored Apes and you bought them at $170, like we told y'all to do with a kid called Beast, right? You just got free money, because with the sewer pass, you probably got 4 sewer passes. Them sewer passes move for how much, Vinny?
I don't know. Definitely a few ETH now. I haven't paid attention, but it was all the way up to like 3 ETH last time I checked.
So 3 ETH, you got 4 of them. 369. That's 12 ETH that you could have just played around with and did whatever.
Actually,
you could have kept one, sold
yeah,
3.
It's now at 2.15 now.
2.15. So that's what's that? 32. 2.15 and 66. That's 32 and some change. 3,200 and some change.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have, if you had 4 of them, could have sold 3 of them. There's what 3, 6, 9.
3,500 each. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great day for something that you would have got for free.
There's I forgot the guy's name, but he's known in the video game community as like the dentist. He's also heavy into sports cards and tickets, but he posted about it on his IG feed, and he claimed 3 of those sewer passes, and he was like, yeah, and I just made $9,000 just for doing nothing.
Wow.
So because he had 3 apes, so it's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of money, man. A lot of money out there. And we got another one, Saweetie, to perform first NFL Metaverse concert on Roblox.
Yes, oh, Saweetie. You gotta love Saweetie. You know what I'm saying? So she is, I'm trying to find it because I have it right here. There we go. Sweetie's performing on Roblox. They got all her stuff together. I think this is the first of many concerts to be held in the new Rhythm City interactive world. So Roblox got a Rhythm City now, right? Warner Music Group is launching this. We've launched the first of its kind music-themed social role-play experience on Roblox with Game Fam Studios. So upon entering, users can choose from various roles, including music producer or DJ, compete in many music challenges. The virtual city will also offer access to a collection of exclusive digital items sold on Roblox, right? Those exclusive digital items, I want to park right there. If you get those items, people on Roblox will sell shit and get paid real US dollars from selling the exclusive digital items that they get in Roblox, right? The virtual concert will be free to attend and aims to bring the excitement of a Super Bowl musical performance to millions of fans through family-friendly performances and a motion-captured set featuring the artist's hit song Tap In. The concert is set to promote a message of female empowerment and is airing February 10th at 7 p.m. in every hour until February 12th. This is going to be good stuff.
That's interesting. Huge game, right?
That's
Massive
cool.
game. They started this, in the Fortnite stuff where this really kind of started?
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, and then finally, Cool Cats rebrands as a multi-generational entertainment group.
Yeah, Cool Cats. Vinny just got some of these. Vinny, you just bought a Cool Cats, right? You got
No,
down.
I was thinking about it, but I bought a World of Women instead. But this was on my, when I did the NFT list of things to buy, this was on my list.
Yeah. So Cool Cats is one of the OGs of PFP NFT projects. It has recently announced a rebranding effort, including the reveal of plans for a new collection titled Explorers that will feature full-body customizable avatars, right? So they're getting ready to do animated content, collectibles, events, comics, gaming, and brand partnerships. That's where they're fin to. That's where they're about to go. If you go back to the picture, they have a whole thing that's happening. Well, okay, here it is. Right.
That's what we finna do right now.
Yeah, finna do. Keep going. One more over, Brian.
I believe also, I think I told you guys, Cool Cats is gonna have a balloon in the next Macy's parade.
Really?
Who cares?
Yep.
Vinny? Who cares?
Probably not. Probably
so will a kid called Beef.
We'll see.
Okay,
and a nerd called Ferd.
Yeah.
I got 3 balloons up there, man. I got 3.
I don't tell everybody that you're showing your penis at the Macy's Day Parade, bro. Ferd, I got 3
It's like
balloons.
a soup can.
I bet. Wow. Hold on. Too much information. Yeah. So Explorers is where they're going, and that is going to be full body customization. You get it. Utility first. You'll be able to kind of do what Doodles 2 is doing. So they're getting ready to kind of, maneuver themselves into a whole thing. I think they're launching a label as well, and they're also doing Oh, they got a ledger that they're starting with, right? So they got a limited edition ledger where you can put all your NFTs on, right? So that's the thing we talk about: cold wallets versus hot wallets. They're gonna have their own limited edition ledger, so that's gonna be cool.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be good. Cool.
That's not bad. So, all right, you guys, that is our NFT goodies to start off with. I want to remind everybody that you guys can go check all this out on the Discord. There is a great section for NFTs on the OTR Discord. The OTR Discord has links below for this in the description below. All kinds of goodies there. Make sure you guys go check it out. We're going to be using Discord in the future as our call-in thing. So that being said, let's check it out.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Long time listener, first time caller.
First time
caller.
First time caller.
What are we checking out?
There's something playing right now.
I don't think we're seeing it.
No.
First time listener, long time caller.
Call me now!
So make sure you guys go check that out. Really, really cool stuff on the Discord. So hopefully that played through for everybody. I didn't have the audio set up, but the audio should have went through to all you guys. Yeah, and that being said, that is the NFT stuff for tonight. Man, I kind of feel bummed out that we didn't get any of the Kid Called Beats stuff for how crazy it's going. It's pretty damn amazing.
Yeah, and here's the thing, bro. Like, a lot of people didn't get it, and what Vinny and myself decided to do was, man, we just supported, man. You just sow where you want to go, right? Like, I understood that he had the best intentions, but when he started getting death threats, bro, I backed up. I just, like, literally, you could hear him on the phone, bro. And I really want to have him come back and talk about it. Like, I mean, his intentions were amazingly well, but he literally was getting death threats. Like, I was talking to him, he's like, man, Mark, this is the craziest stuff I've ever seen in my life, bro. To have somebody threaten my life, the life of my wife, just behind, NFT, it's mind blowing, because people are looking at these NFTs like lottery tickets, right? You're not supposed to look at it like a lottery ticket. You look at it like, okay, this is just where it's going. You grab art that you love. It's just about grabbing the art that you love and building your own portfolio of things that you have for you. You know what I mean? And when he came back and said that his life was in danger, I was like, yeah, bro, I'll just buy one, bro. Don't worry about it. I'll buy one. And, if anybody else wants to buy one, they'll buy one. I told Vinny about it. Vinny just bought one, bro. He was just like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna buy one too. Because even if I wasn't connected to it, I would have bought it anyway. That's the first thing. Second thing, if he had the best intentions and it didn't happen and it was just us, then I would feel a type of way. But it was like his family, his friends, so many other people in these spaces. Like, you could actually go into Discord and there are people that got their wallets drained because the attack happened and people lost all kind of stuff, like thousands of dollars. I mean, it was thousands of dollars worth of NFTs, thousands of dollars in ETH. Everything was crazy. Yeah. See, facts. Wilbert said it best. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. The internet is undefeated when it comes to squeezing the joy out of a project. Yeah. Like, literally, I heard this man almost give up. And to see what it's doing right now is amazing. And what me and Vinny decided to do was like, and we wasn't gonna throw that on y'all. Right? Like, hey, y'all guys, just because it's hard to tell y'all already about NFTs and then try to force y'all to say, hey, take your money and go buy it and roll the dice. I know he said he was going to, because all the Beast List was going to do was just give you, let you get in early to buy it. That's all it was. It wasn't like he was giving us any for free. It was like, hey, just get in early to buy it.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, me and Vinny just waited our time and we bought. And that's it. I don't even think I told Trey about it because I love Trey. Trey's my guy, and we're trying to get him on the NFT train. but I don't even think he would have felt it because it just would have been like, he said he was going to get us on the list. What happened? Well, I mean, the man getting death threats. And Trey ain't a heartless dude, but you get my point. It's just like,
yeah,
I don't know how to make that make sense to you that, the man was getting death threats. So I was like, we'll just buy. I'll just buy it. Vinny just bought it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's what we did. And it just so happened to work, right? Because it could have been we bought it and then it went to shit. And then we would have been like, and then it would have been, Marcus and Vinny, y'all talking about these NFTs. They're not doing it. They're not doing what you said they were going to do. The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. It would have been that.
That being said, it is what it is. Shit happens sometimes. All right, let's get into this, you guys. We got the market report to rock on, so let's see if we can if I can get this working. Starting off with our boy Ferd's little check-in on some stuff here, which is very interesting. Starting off with the Miles Morales stuff.
Yeah. So just kind of newer stuff. I kind of hit video game. Obviously, I thought that was interesting. 9.8 PS4. And CGC went for $88. I thought that, I mean, you're guaranteed an IA. It's a pretty good buy for cool game. And then I never seen, like, I just thought this was really articulate, the action figure. So I wanted to point that out. He's not actually in costume. He's just Miles, it's just kind of cool. And then I actually got this for, I think $40 myself. This is the first issue of this newest run of Miles, which I actually think is pretty cool. The second issue has like a first appearance of a villain, but I liked this cover because it's the Virgin and he's like on top of a skyscraper, pointing and all that stuff. I just think it's a dope cover. So.
Yeah, and Coipiel is amazing. One of the best. Next, we've got some badass skate stuff.
Yeah, so just ode to kind of skateboarding and old school Thrasher. Kind of hitting the magazine, kind of collectible and skateboard collectibles. This is 2 issues. It's not the number 1 issue of Thrasher, but I think it's always funny that like kids are like 22, 21 wearing Thrasher sweatshirts, and they probably never even they don't even probably know what Thrasher is.
Yeah.
So I figured it'd be kind of cool to highlight these magazines. And then one of my favorite things ever is just whenever like a streetwear company collaborates with a luxury company and they come up with this amazing art. So obviously Supreme and Louis Vuitton way back when I highlighted the skateboard. I think it'd be really cool to have that. And then one bid on this old school Tony Hawk's Pro Skater sealed PS1 video game. $1,500.
$1,500. Yeah. Wow.
15 hundo.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if that's real, but man, what is do you know what those sell for in high grade, Vinny?
I think that's about right. About right. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. That's sick. That's really cool. All right. Next, we have some old school merch.
Yeah. So kind of piggybacking off the collaboration between like luxury and streetwear. These actually came out, I think, wasn't LeBron wearing them? Did we talk about this? I can't remember. But anyway, Tiffany's and Nike came together and they did a collaboration. And like these are super recent, like maybe a month ago. 23 bids for $3,200 for these Nike Dunks. So all you sneakerheads out there are on the lookout for those. This classic Louis Vuitton Supreme hoodie, it's been out for a very long time. I remember like when it first came out, it was upwards of like 10 grand. One bid at 4,000. I think you could find one for like 3,500 with the labels on it. And then
I'm not even gonna lie. Some of these sales that I'm seeing lately, because I'll get clothes. Marcus does too, just in what we do work wise, and this is making me want to put some of that shit away.
Yeah,
like seriously,
not wear it. Like I have a Murakami shirt that says out of 300 on it. I'm like, should I be wearing this?
Tight.
No.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something funny. We went and did this deal with Supreme. Vinny knows about it, but this was like I missed one of these Wednesdays that we were on because we were in New York in December and did this private show with Supreme. Supreme gave me these G-Shock Supreme watches, They gave us like 2 of them. They gave us 2 of those Supreme G-Shock watches, and they sent like this huge camper. It was North Face Supreme. Like let's say you're going camping and you zip up the blanket or whatever that, I don't know what those are called.
Sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag. It was a big ass sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Bro, it's the quality of it is insane. The quality of it is insane, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not even here to play with you guys. They sent me with like 12 packs of draws. I got so many pair of Supreme draws. I'm like, I don't even know what to do with it, just to be honest with you. I'm gonna start wearing them on my head. That's how many pair of draws I got on Supreme. But and all of it is quality. Supreme has done a great job.
Yeah.
Supreme has done a great job with just becoming a dominant streetwear brand, in the culture. And it's skate culture. That's the part that's crazy. It's skate culture that just so happened to bleed over. It's cool. It's crazy. Cool.
I remember back in the day we did a deal with Stance and the sock company, and I had socks coming just everywhere. Same like Marcus is talking about. And my wife, I'll see her rocking like some Rakim socks and just like some crazy shit that I just got lying around the house. So funny.
Yeah, that's badass.
Mine as well, man. And the last one's that Balenciaga, they did a collaboration with The Simpsons, which I thought was really cool.
That's very interesting.
I think that's retail, I want to say, because I saw this. That's in New York, like I think I want to say last summer, winter, I can't remember, but I think it's really cool. I think it's embroidered as well, so a little more of that quality for you.
Yeah, dude. The Simpsons stuff is crazy collectible, right? People go crazy for that Simpsons stuff, and we have more Simpsons stuff coming up on the rest of the market report, so that's pretty cool. All right, next on the list, some old school Apple stuff.
Yeah, I think this is my last one. So I thought, I don't know if this is, Vinny, I put this out there because I was curious if you knew, but is this the first Apple computer game, or is it just one of the first? Do you know?
No, it's one of the first, but I mean, no, it's not the first Apple computer game, but yeah, it's definitely in that kind of first run of games for sure.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw a bunch of these go for sale, either opened or I didn't see any sealed ones, but I thought $426 for an old school Apple game was like pretty big. And then I think this is the same seller. He just is offloading vintage Apple Lisa ones. Maybe he has like 3 more left in the garage, but $15,000 back in January, and then recently 5 bits for $22,000. Like, that's insane. Crazy. Yeah. So.
Yeah, man.
Anyone
I remember
Apple?
the first computer I had was an Apple, and we would play Oregon Trail and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego on it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, let's continue on here. Some interesting stuff. Aquaman Time and Tide #2. I hit on this seller last week who's doing. He's got all these multiple cover books. Must be a collectible, multiple covers, and this one is a like triple or a sextuple cover comic. $293, man.
Weird.
Savage Dragon. Yeah, Savage Dragon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ashcan, signed from Mirage Comics, sold for $293. And listen, we talked about the DC stuff. The DC stuff is going crazy, and it's putting that shot in the ass of speculation right now. Not only is DC stuff going crazy, like other stuff is starting to get a little shot in the ass, which is nice. But the Authority #1, Stein talked about this on his Hot 10 the other night, $310 for a raw, high-grade copy. Raw, high-grade copy. That's nuts, man. That's so crazy. So I'm going to be searching all my Authority stuff here shortly. Next, Invincible #1, a raw condition, nice condition, $785. They have something that they're doing in is it the metaverse that they're doing? Sandbox, I think they're doing something in. Invincible is doing something in Sandbox, if I'm not mistaken. So Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Love that Plastic Man #1 skull cover, one of the all-time classic skull covers, 1943, sold for $2,000 raw. And then the Dark Horse Usagi #136 Virgin variant, autographed by Sakai, sold for $340. I like that. I'm a big fan of Stan Sakai, man, so I love seeing his stuff sell. All right, more DC stuff. House of Mystery #195. You guys, we talked about Swamp Thing, on the Hot 10 and on Modern Comic Mayhem also. And I think we talked about it here last week as well. Swamp Thing prototype was done by Bernie Wrightson, and House of Mystery 195, and a near mint copy sold for $355 on 36 bids, raw. As you can see, the Batman 655 is at $315 for 9/8, which is, but that was an $80 9/8, a month ago. So, yeah, and look, I guess you can get a deal. You can get both it and number 656 in 9/8 for $600. So I don't know if that's a deal or what, but it's kind of crazy. Moving on, Last of Us is continuing to sell well. High-grade raw copies of issue #1 are selling for anywhere from $600 to $700. This is as you can see, 1 through 4 sold for almost $900 raw.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's again nice little shot in the ass for speculation right here, you guys. Batman Adventures #12, a high-grade raw copy, sold for $1,375, 18 bids. And then the rare Savage Dragon 120 variant, Soul Star on the front, sold for $500. That's another Stein book. Love checking in on those Stein books from the Almost 10 whenever I get a chance. Continuing on, I love this Uncanny X-Men 258 variant. This is the Toy Biz reprint that comes in one of the Legends. I can't remember if it's a Psylocke. I don't remember them doing a Psylocke figure, so I don't remember which one it is. But it, as you can see, it's not the regular cover. It has the old school the 90s era X-Men trade dress on it. And that's a tough book to find, yet alone in high grade, and it sold for almost $300 in a 9/8. I love that book. I think I sold one of those raw back when Whatnot was going crazy. And then we were talking about final issues on a show not too long ago also, so that Transformers #80 always comes up. A 9/8 sold for $510 of that. And then finally, check the link below for the Beyond Wednesday's Creator First list. It's a living list where we just continue to put all the creator firsts on there. And, of course, one of the biggest creator firsts is Coyote 11, Todd McFarlane's first published artwork, first professionally published artwork. And a 9/8 sold for $343 on that one. Moving on. Superman, the silver foil replica from New Zealand, a CGC 10, sold for $2,440. And one of my favorite all-time covers is the Superman Breaking the Chains. It's been homaged for years. Famous Neil Adams one. Great cover. Superman #11. And this is a PGX 2.5. It sold for $1,250. And it brings up a question, and I wish Sean was here to talk about this too. But looking into the PGX books, some of the PGX books, is it worth trying to find some of those and maybe cracking them out and doing a press on them? I don't know about the vintage stuff, but there's one right next to it, that Batman 608 is a PGX 9.8 also, and it sold for $399. I think at a 9.8 that book should be a $1,000 book, but it's usually only like $600, I think. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I did it with a AF-15
Nice.
on a PGX. Yeah, and
Wow.
I cracked it out. It was a 2.0 or a 2.5 PGX, and I was like, oh man, it's gonna be lower. I can feel it, with CGC, and it did come back like a 1.5, but still, like I was like, at least it's CGC.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the one thing I would worry about is just it being restored, or who knows with PGX. I have no idea.
I've never tried it, so I can't really say one way or the other.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think it's kind of a weird play to looking at all that stuff. But you'd have to see the book. I'd love to know what you guys think in the chat, or anybody that's watching this on the replay. Let us know in the comments below. All right, next we've got G.I. Joe Real American Hero #1, a 9.8 direct from '82, sold for $1,010, so just over $1,000. Love that book. And then a Clone Wars #1. You know, Ahsoka's getting ready to start, so that book feels like it's getting a nice little shot. 9.8 of that, sold for just under $2,000. And then the Dodderman Excalibur #18, 1 in 25 Rogue variant. We talked about a raw copy sold for like a grip on House of Stein the other day, and a 9.8 sold for $456. I want to say that the raw copy sold for more recently. I feel like somebody got really lucky. I could be wrong on that, what the last raw copy sold for, but it feels like somebody got a really good deal on that 9.8. Tough book that doesn't come up very often. Moving on, Red Hulk. Listen, you guys, we know Red Hulk is coming. It's going to be Harrison Ford. We all know that. And, you know, we kind of missed out on getting it at cheap, but I feel like some of these might be worth looking in on, some of the tougher ones, maybe even looking in at issue #2 also. But here you can see Hulk #1, the Wizard World LA edition, sold for $207 in a 9.8. And then the #1 McGinnis variant sold for $305 in a 9.8, and then just a regular #1 sold for $280 in a 9.8. So that's the next character. As soon as we start getting, you know, images or teasers of Harrison Ford as Red Hulk, you know, those things are going to go crazy. So next, some action figure stuff. The Shazam trailer really went well. People love it. You know, they're really excited about how the, you know, what people said about it, and it, you know, got a lot of people excited for Shazam again, which is kind of weird because they were kind of falling off after, you know, Black Adam and everything. That's kind of the rumors that's been going on, and a lot of people are worried about Shazam. But the trailer got a ton of applause, and this is the 86 Powers carded figure, sold for $445. Shazam. I love the 87 Cobra Law G.I. Joe team, the famous Grobulus, Nemesis Enforcer, and the guard guy. Nemesis Enforcer was the coolest G.I. Joe character ever created, and they completely fucked up by making that character have those cheesy ass wings, because his wings were the coolest part of that figure. How strong he was and how tough he was, but his wings were so amazing. And when you got the figure, the wings were just really these little rubbery wings that didn't even go, like, weren't very big, but the Globulus figure was great.
Yeah,
I loved that movie as a kid, man, just because of Nemesis Enforcer.
Dude.
He was such a badass.
Enforcer. Yeah.
$394 on that one, just under $400 for a carded mint on card figure. And then the famous Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hotspot figure sold unpunched for mint on card unpunched version for just over $1,000, ungraded. That's a crazy figure we've talked about before. Next, Hulk Hogan with the white shirt, the wrestling WWF Superstars, sold for just under $3,000 carded.
Oh my God,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and then 1998 Turtles figures. I don't remember these. I've never seen this one. Donatello camouflaged Hydro Skimmer, sold for almost $255 it sold for, which is crazy loose. And I don't ever remember seeing that figure. This is in 1998. Nightshade, which is a Night Force version of the Shark. If you guys remember, the Shark was one of the most famous G.I. Joe figures or vehicles when they first came out, because it came with what was the guy that the famous G.I. Joe that came with the Shark, Deep Dive or something like that. and it was like a figure that you could take in your pool and do all this stuff. It came with like you would put like an Alka-Seltzer tablet in it, and when you went underwater, these bubbles would come up out of it. It was just such a fun figure to play with.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So they made a Night Force version of it, and I always talk about the Night Force versions, the super rare all black with the neon orange accessories. A box version of that sold for $317. Sean wasn't here, and I wanted to talk about this, but we'll wait for him. He sold a New Mutants 98 for a decent amount, but here's New Mutants 98s are selling for, and CGC 9.8's direct version selling for about $1,500. So there you go there. And then...
Did Rob Liefeld post something about Deadpool on his Instagram or something? It's something. I feel like he posted something today.
Yeah, there was. That's why there was some news. People are starting to get stoked about the Deadpool stuff. So
nice.
Next, we have the a mint graded Optimus Prime Pepsi Canadian figure, the promo figure, sold for $10,000 on 31 bids. So those promo ones, always look for those promotional stuff. And then a Boba Fett with the removable rocket, loose graded AFA 75 from the Lil Letty version, which I think was Italian, if I'm not mistaken, or Argentinian, I can't remember. $4,551, you guys, loose for that figure. Yeah, AFA 75 loose. And then the all-time amazing, greatest vehicle, G.I. Joe vehicle ever, the USS Flag, complete in box with 54 figures, sold for just under $4,000. So
y'all are gonna hate me. I had this as a kid.
Oh, you mother trucker.
Now I'm like, I don't even know where all those pieces. Oh my god!
Do you think they're at your parents', or do you think they're gone?
I think they're gone because they were like, I remember the big pieces of on the platform for the aircraft carrier, but I haven't seen any of that stuff. When I've definitely rummaged through my parents' stuff, like through the attic and all that. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I used to have the Defiant space shuttle, and I remember my mom told me to throw it away, and I remember throwing it into the garbage as a kid.
Dude, that I didn't have the Defiant, I didn't have the aircraft carrier, but I had friends that did. I had the Terradrome. I love the Terradrome. That thing was amazing. So I had that one. Man, that stuff is amazing. I love that stuff. So, all right, let me pull this up here. Continuing on, we've got some more interesting stuff. Let me put this over here. And let me do this. And let me do this. All right. So, continuing on, I've got some interesting stuff here. This is the more Roblox stuff. This is White Sword Cane Virtual Toy Code. I don't know what it is. It's White Sword Cane for your Roblox figure. So, if you have a Roblox character and you want this accessory, which is a white sword cane, it's sold for $6,000.
Is it still usable?
Yeah, it says here, Roblox White Sword Cane exclusive virtual rare toy code.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
That's insane,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Terror number 9, a 1967 fanzine. Early Gene Simmons A Kiss. And I don't know what that means. And if you guys don't know, fanzines are super collectible. A lot of crazy fanzines sold. These were created by fans and sent out to people on a list. It says Terror number 9 from summer fall of 67, horror and sci-fi fanzine published by Jeffrey Bound, contains contributions by notables such as Mel Sobel, Vern Bennett, Omar Torres, Mike Aranda, Don Willis, W. Bracero, Robert Hancock, and a young Gene Klein, later Gene Simmons of the rock group Kiss, here writing a 2-page review of short stories that shows his wit and knowledge of the genre very rare. How cool is this, you guys? Look at this.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to add this to the Beyond Wednesday's comic creator list. But speaking of that, there is that, but there's another one too. Here's another one, Terra number 8 also. So Terra number 9 sold for $332. Number 8 sold for $431. It also has a thing written by him as a kid. So I'll put these into the list. Here you go, right here. A short story reader by Gene Klein. Look at that. 1960. Wow. That's crazy. 2 days ago, I was on my way to work. Yes, some of us do that. So figuring that I'd have some free time in my lunch hour, I went into the local candy store and picked up this book. Hoping, so Impact 20 is the book by William F. Nolan. And he wrote a little review about it. So that's very interesting. $431 that sold for. Next, some Mobius Ashcan comics, number 1 and 2, plus a special color Metreon limited. I've never seen these. Very interesting. Mobius, famous. There's a Batman cover one right there, but famous artist Mobius. These sold for $322. These rare Ashcans that he did. They are numbered. Look at that, number 86 of 100, written in pencil. This Ashcan book was a limited edition of 100 copies plus 25 artist proof published by Star Watcher Graphics. It is authenticated by Star Watcher Graphics, corporate seal embossed above. So, and then this one says number 69 of 250. So that's pretty cool. Mobius fans are rabid. Speaking of The Simpsons, Life in Hell number 6.
What?
Yep. Matt Groening, or Growing, however you say it. I thought it was Graining, but I could be wrong. Limited edition Bongo Simpsons Rare. $158, you guys. How crazy is this? Self-published. This is where he got his start.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So I wonder if you could CGC that, right?
Oh, yeah, bro. These are super rare, dude. Look at this. Like, he wrote these and printed them at, Kinko's or whatever. This is number 6, $1 he charged for it. No refunds, no browsing, no cheapskates. And here, awesome. And here, right here, you can see are the characters.
Dude.
Yeah. Super, super rare. So, Life in Hell number 6, 1978 by Matthew A. Groening for Hell Productions. And not only that, for $158, which is a great buy, here's number 3 for $291, and it's signed, number 17 of 100, 1984. This is the Holiday Fest one. Here's another one. This is Life in Hell number 1, 99 out of 100, signed, sold. I don't know why it's not selling what it sold for. It says bidding has ended on this item. Let's try this again. It might have just ended. $405.69 it sold for.
It's not bad.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome right there.
That's super cool.
Super rare. This is also super rare. Wrestling Superstars magazine issue from summer of 81 with all 44 trading cards intact, you guys. These are what people send in. They get these professionally cut. And these are the rookie cards of all your famous wrestlers. This is the Hulk Hogan rookie. Came out before anything else. You have to get it professionally cut, as you guys can see there. All right, Hulk Hogan. It's got a ton of people. So you can see there's Andre the Giant's rookie, Dusty Rhodes rookie, Bruno Sammartino rookie. By the way, Bruno Sammartino held the belt for the longest at an Henley heavyweight champion. So this is one of the rarest things. Ric Flair rookie right there. One of the rarest. So somebody got really lucky and bought this for $700. There is what's his name on the bottom right? The Sheik rookie.
Iron Sheik
rookie. Yep. So I mean, this is like super, super rare.
Brian, would you pay someone to cut these and grade them, or would you grade? Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's a great question. Wahoo McDaniel on there? Like, that is a great question. I would probably, I don't know, dude. It would be, how bad a condition would it be? I guess it would be the question. It doesn't look like it's good enough condition, but I don't know if I'd want them to cut it, because how many of them are still not, everybody's cutting these, you know?
Yeah, you're kind of like, it's kind of like you're catering to two different types of collectors, right? At that
Yeah.
point, it makes you wonder, like, even on a Sports Illustrated, right? Would people want to cut out the cards that are in, there's cards, there's sheets of cards. I don't know.
Yeah. Free shipping. Somebody got really lucky for this, man.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great deal.
Vibe Magazine, Fall 1992 preview issue number 0 plus bonus issue number 1. $305.
That's
famous
pretty good.
Snoop Dogg issue, and then Tretch. I mean, that is amazing. It does have the what do they call those on there? Where
Subscription.
Subscription tag, but still.
Mm-hmm.
$305. We've been talking about how much, Source magazines and Vibe magazines sell for. Somebody got lucky, I think, and bought 51 issues of Source magazine for $257. I mean, that's amazing, dude. I bet you, they look like they're in rough shape, but in high grade, some of these you could probably get graded and sell for a grip. As you guys know, some really rare stuff in these magazines. I think, isn't the very first comic of the, what was that TV show on Adult Swim? The cartoon? Boondocks. Yeah, is in one of these, I think. Nintendo Power stuff. Here is Nintendo Power Magazine issue 1, 2, and 3. Sold for $2,000. But look how nice these look. Oh my Lord, does that look nice. And this is the free sample copy, you guys.
Wow.
That could be a 9.8 free sample copy right there. I mean, $2,000 for, so we'll see what the free sample copy, if a 9.8 shows up, that might be it. So $2,000 for the free sample copy, mainly. The other ones are great, but that's that right there in that good of condition. Look at that. That is just amazing. $2,000. That being said, you could have got a really nice edition of a regular one, and I think this could be pressed by Hood. Red Hood would press this, and I think, there's a little damage there, but $147, that's not bad. And continuing on, a original Playboy sold for $28.50. Pretty nice. Not in the greatest conditions. Got a bunch of, what do they call that? That's either mold or foxing, right? But first issue, Playboy, with the centerfold. Just under $3,000. I don't know what this is. I've never seen this. It sold for $1,125. 1979 Warner Brothers Records promo music trading cards, sealed in the original cello pack. And look, Ry Cooder is the guy's name on front, and on the back it's Maureen McGovern. I don't know who's in any of this. It says this is an original pack of 1979 Warner Brothers Records music trading cards. It was Warner Brothers Records promotion. There was 83 cards in all. The pack appears to have 10 or so in it, and it's impossible to tell. It's in great shape with no bending. There's a small piece of shrink missing in the top right corner. Top card is Ry Cooder. The bottom card is Maureen McGovern. And I would love to know if anybody knows anything about these, if there's anything really crazy in them. It sold for $1,125.
So. I mean, this is from a long time ago.
Yeah, so. And it's promotional too.
Yeah.
So
it'd be hard to find out, I think.
A signed Nirvana CD, Nevermind, signed by the band, Kurt Cobain, Dave Grohl, and Chris Novoselic. Sold for £495 British. So they not only they signed the cover. That is super rare right there, man. Super rare. I love Kurt Cobain's autograph, just Kurt with the X in the circle. How about this? Dimebag Darrell signed Pantera page. Of course, Dimebag Darrell passed away in that horrible shooting. So that sold for $200. This is a badass guitar pick by Prince. Iridescent guitar pick. I mean,
oh, cool.
Right? Sold for
Yeah.
$200. And then this badass Hot Wheels poster by Coop. I don't know who Coop is, but must be some type of modern artist or something. So for $395, and that is smoking hot, dude. The car, the design, the background with the Coop devil face in the back, and the girl, man, like this is a super hot poster. It's signed and it's numbered. Sold for $395. Just beautiful. And then, how about this? I don't know what is the deal with it. It is the Extreme Comic Tour 1996 comic book. And here's all the, and it's, I don't know if it's signed by them all. It looks like it. There's Marat. There's Rob Liefeld. I know Norm Rapman's in this. There's Norm on the front with the long hair. Danny Mickey is on the right in the middle. There's Rob. I mean, there's a ton of people in this. They're like, and I have this book. I have one of these signed. It sold for $5,000 on one bid. I don't know if that's fuckery or what, but this is a book that they gave out. They had a con that they did, and they did this for a con. There you can see signed in the inside. So I don't know how rare it is. Yeah. And finally, check this out. A Spawn lot of 174 books sold for $1,100. Had issue 1, of course. Here's the rest of the issues. You can see them all. $1,100 for issues 1 to 174.
No newsstands.
Yeah, but it does have some of the black and white variants.
Yeah, I see.
That's a nice buy, man.
Yeah. All the rare ones, it looks like. But I don't know. I look at some of these and I think to myself, like, it's not all, it's 174 books, but it's not all of them. So you got to really look at these. But I think, man, this might be a play on some of these, runs that you can make some money off of by picking up the entire run, especially if you see
Sean used to talk about certain numbers, like I forgot which range, but certain numbers.
180s always sell well. Right now, like from the 50s to the 210s, I think are worth picking up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, really, really cool.
Might be a nice search.
Yeah.
Huh. Cool.
Yep. So that, you guys, is the market report for February 8th, 2023. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. Great show tonight, you guys. I want to remind everybody, check out the Discords in the links below. That's how you guys are going to start calling into the show. There is a stage option where you can go into the stage and you can raise your hand when you want to be called on if you guys have any questions for anybody. So like when we have guests on and if we ask if anybody wants to ask a question, you'll go into the stage and there's an option for you to raise your hand and I can click on you and then we can talk to you, first time caller, long time listener type thing. So make sure you guys check out the Discord. It is amazing, and it's an amazing tool that we're going to be utilizing for a lot of things for sure. Also, keep an eye on Rumble, you guys. I know that Trey has a thing going on over at Rumble. You can find more information about that in the IG, in all of our IG posts, and also in the Discord, in the OTR Discord. Also, Bogcast is now going to be played live on Rumble every Thursday, at least until we get let back into YouTube. But we've been putting shows on there. We have I think 200 episodes or a couple hundred episodes maybe on there. There should be a ton on there, but it's going to start being live on there also. So check that out. I will be starting a Rumble for Beyond Wednesdays at some point, but I don't think I'll be going live on there until something happens on YouTube. I'll still be going live until I won't be able to. But shout out to all the members who have joined lately. As you can see, all the software is starting to come together and work really well. So soon we'll be going to live only for 99 cent a month members here on Beyond Wednesdays YouTube. But don't worry, I'll be clipping everything and editing all the TOS bad things out and putting those out still for free. So you'll be able to catch all the segments for free and all that fun stuff. You just won't get any of the TOS, breaking rules stuff. But if you want to check those stuff out, it's not, the lowest membership is 99 cents a month. You get no ads in any of the stuff for the 99 cents a month stuff, and you'll be able to get cool stuff and different through the Discords and all kinds of cool rooms. And for the $5.99 a month stuff, you'll be able to hang out backstage in the Discord with us when after the shows once we start the membership perks. So also extra videos for the membership stuff. There's breaking videos where I open up cards, and there'll be more extra comic stuff. I'll be going into comic shops and stuff and putting that on the members only stuff. So check that stuff out. Appreciate everybody that's joined already. I think AOA gifted a ton of memberships, which is nice. And I think there's like over 40 members already, which is awesome. So appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Make sure to check everybody's stuff. I know, Ferd, you've been doing some really cool stuff with your buddy every Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sundays at 10:30. It's on my YouTube channel, Ferd the Nerd. It's really chill. Just basically me and my buddy from high school just BSing and making fun of each other. So it's pretty good stuff.
Hey, man,
nice.
Same thing I do with the Bogcast, and I love it for that because, sometimes as you get older, you don't get to see your friends as much as you would like, and by doing this, it's kind of like a cool meetup every week, and you get to talk with your buddies, and I love it for that fact. So really cathartic. So appreciate everybody. Vinny, you got any crazy awards show you're heading to next?
No, I'm chilling out for a little while.
Lucky guy.
Yeah. All right. That being said, I want to say thank you to everybody out there. Appreciate you, and we'll see you guys next week. Adios.
Thanks, everyone.